All right, we should be going live
Let's
right
do
now.
it. Yeah. See what happens.
I'm waiting to see. I'm trying to
See
find
what
the
technical
stream now.
difficulties we can.
Sometimes it shows up on. Oh, I guess it's not showing up. Weird. I think we're live. I can't figure
Okay,
out. Let's see.
if it's showing up in mine.
Oh, here we go. Yay!
Yeah,
see what I said? As soon as I clicked the button.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's showing live on mine.
Yay!
Yeah,
see what I said? As soon as I clicked the button.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's showing live on mine. Right.
Yeah, and we can be heard. Everything should be good. All right. Oh, how was Thanksgiving? I assume like plenty of turkey, mashed potatoes, everything was good.
Good.
Had the same for me.
Yeah. How about you?
Plenty. Yeah, I didn't go anywhere. I stayed home, and my family went down and brought me leftovers. So I was pretty happy with that. And then we decided to make, because my brother got a free turkey from work last year, and it was still in the freezer. So we were like, I guess we should just defrost and make another Thanksgiving dinner. Like, because we didn't do our own, so we were like, well, we're gonna cook this turkey anyway. So we cooked the turkey, and it was a massive turkey. But so we just bagged a bunch of the cooked turkey meat, and we'll freeze it and use it for like meals and stuff later. Because there's only so much turkey you can eat.
Yeah,
and
that's
leftover.
Leftover. If you, well, I don't know, man. I can eat it. Yeah, I can do it for at least a few days. I really like turkey.
Yeah, but you got to consider we had the normal Thanksgiving. With the first one, they went with the family, and then they brought leftovers, and I had a meal out of the leftovers, and then they ate the last of the leftovers, and then we did a whole nother Thanksgiving. So that's already 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
So after that, it was like, we're not going to want to eat a whole lot more leftovers after. Like, we'll want to eat the turkey, but just not all at once. It's like we're saving
it'll definitely get
meal-sized portions of turkey meat, and we'll heat it up and throw it in something else, like with some pasta or something later. Or casseroles. Making some chicken.
Wasn't it leftovers? Because they only got like a 13-pound turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
13 pounds is not very big compared to the one we had to cook.
Yeah, I usually go to around 20, dude. Usually at least 20 is what I like.
Yeah. Because you got to figure 20-pound bird, you're going to throw away at least 5 pounds worth of it. Because those would be like bones and sinew and tissue that you don't want, like stuff that nobody wants to eat.
Yeah, the bones on it.
Yeah, so about 5 pounds out of it is just garbage anyway. So we figured out finally the best way to cook a turkey, though. This is probably the best way we've ever had turkey, and it was so perfect. You butcher it first.
Oh yeah.
You cut the fucking breasts out. You cut the legs and the wings and all that stuff off. So you have all the usable meat separated, and you can take it out at the right time and cook it the right way. You know what I mean? Like, because dark meat and white meat benefit from different amounts of time in the oven and different kinds of cooking styles. So, you can add one in a roasting pan with a lid over it so it has a little more moisture trapped in, like for your white meat. Or you can cook it open in the oven at the same time with the dark meat and then take it out whenever it's done and not have to wait for the rest of it to be done. So, like, your thighs aren't, like, overcooked because the breasts weren't cooked all the way through yet.
Yeah, it's interesting, because they make, it's like, the carving the turkey thing is a bit overrated. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's
so,
not
if you butcher it ahead of time, you don't have to fuck with
burning the shit out of your hands trying to cut a slice of fucking turkey. Yeah. Well, here's the other benefit to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my mom took all the leftover scraps after butchering the turkey, roasted them with some carrots and onions and celery, and then threw them in a stock pot and made like a gallon of turkey stock, like really good turkey stock. So like
Oh yeah,
you get
that's
like
good
an
shit.
extra little thing, a gallon of really tasty turkey stock to make your gravy and use for other stuff later on. And it was it was pretty. It was like the perfect way to do it.
Mm.
And then she air brined all the.
Yeah, my mom cooked ours in the crock pot.
Oh, that's a good way to go. That's not a bad way to go to cook a
Sorry, go ahead.
turkey in a crock pot. I like that idea too. Because you're at the very least you're gonna get
Yeah,
moist,
it's nice
tender
because
meat.
my mother. Yeah, and that's the thing is my mom's notoriously dry out whenever she cooks a turkey, dude. The white meat is so fucking dry, dude.
Yeah, yeah. It's better
So
to do
yeah,
an upside down
that
turkey if you're
was
cooking it in the
definitely an
oven as a whole
improvement.
turkey, and almost no one does it. Because you take for the first
Yeah, I
two-thirds of
know.
the cook time,
Yeah, I
cook it
totally
breast
do.
down, say so moist, and then you turn it over for the last third to get that lovely brown crispy skin, and it comes out really moist compared to most other
Mm.
people's turkeys. But butchering it first and then cooking everything like as it's supposed to
Yeah,
be
it's something
cooked,
so simple.
so simple and so easy, and like
Yeah.
my mom air brined all the turkey first, which is where you just take it, season it up,
Hmm.
add a little bit of salt, and then just let it sit in the fridge on a rack overnight, and it'll pull any like unnecessary moisture out. Because you don't have to worry about it drying out because you're cooking them properly. You have to pull a little moisture out of the skin, and
Yeah.
then the skin gets
Yeah.
really nice and crispy, like fried chicken
Yeah.
skin. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it never occurred to me to fucking butcher it first, but that makes so much goddamn sense, dude. Because it's
I
such a
started
fucking,
seeing it.
again, just a pain picking out all those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All the little bones, and you're doing it while the turkey is really hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's part that I always
Exactly.
hated. It's like I'm burning the shit out of my hands trying to cut a turkey breast off so I can slice up turkey for everybody. And it's like, why didn't I do this before when it was nice and cold and not at all a problem?
Nah.
Yeah, I started seeing it last year on
Although I
YouTube.
do like what I. All right, gotcha. Cool. Fuck was I just gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah.
We were blabbing on
Oh,
about turkey. I'm
I
sure
put it. I
nobody
use a.
could. You put what?
Yeah. Well, I put a huge amount of butter. I use a huge amount of butter, like beyond just
Oh,
buttering
okay,
everything
yeah,
up or
yeah.
whatever,
Where
like
you put
under
butter
the
under
skin,
the
over the skin,
skin,
whatever.
under and over
I
the
also
skin.
will yeah. Well, I will also put a full stick of butter in the cavity of the fucking turkey,
Oh, okay.
and
That
then
actually makes sense because the fat can
basically
help keep it
but
moist.
once it's done. Yeah, and also what I would do is once that's all cooked, there's a pretty hefty amount of like butter slash fat mixture or whatever you want to call it, in the bottom of the pan. So what I would do is take the chunks of meat or whatever and kind of spread them out a little, and I would put it into that butter fat mix before I would take it out and put it on a plate or whatever.
Yeah,
So it just makes it even more moist and more tasty, basically.
yeah.
Super healthy, I'm sure.
I mean, you're cooking it once a year,
But it
right?
fucking
Like it's
does
not
make it
like a
taste
big
better.
deal. That's my
Yeah,
opinion on
yeah.
it. Thanksgiving isn't supposed to be the healthiest meal of the year.
Yeah, it's the main point of it. It's to feast. Fucking go for it.
Oh man.
With the leftovers, I like to do basically put like just a slice of regular bread, and then you put like some of those gravy, all that shit.
Oh
Open,
yeah.
what do they call it? Open face sandwich or something like that. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. cranberry sauce, either on the top or on the side, depending on how I'm feeling.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to do that leftover like sandwich thing, and a lot of people do it differently.
Yeah,
Like,
I like potato rolls instead of bread. Actually, now that I think about it.
yeah, because you got like the people that do like the open face sandwich. You got people that do like panini style. You got people that do one of the leftover things I hear from a lot of people is apparently there's a Thanksgiving casserole where you just mix everything from Thanksgiving leftovers together and bake it in a pan and then serve that. So I'm assuming like mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, stuffing, turkey, and the green bean casserole. I'm assuming all get mixed up together and then that's a casserole like in its own somehow.
Yeah,
But
just
that's
throw
the
all
thing
that
I've
shit
heard a few
together.
people. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard a couple people talk about doing that, so I assume it's a thing people actually do. Um, like I like to do the sandwich, but I do it like a regular sandwich where it's
But yeah, I
you know
prefer the yeah. Yeah, no, that's great too. I don't usually use mayonnaise on sandwiches, but with turkey and mayonnaise work well together.
yeah, mayonnaise and turkey is a good
Yeah.
combination. True.
Yeah, almost anything else I'll use mustard, but yeah, with turkey, something about turkey and mayonnaise is really good.
Yep, I like the stuffing, a
Yep.
little bit of gravy, a little bit of the cranberry sauce in the turkey in a thing. And then I wouldn't say no to like some sliced onions if there's some onions available, but like I'm not gonna go out of my way to get them.
Right, right. Yes.
Oh my god.
So if any of you guys remember that 51 weeks from now, try that.
Yes. Yeah, and when I'm ready to eat turkey again. No, we have one last sort of leftover thing. My mom's gonna make turkey tetrazzini tomorrow. Which, if you've never had tetrazzini, I think it's like a frozen
I
food you
have
get in
no
the
idea what
grocery
that is.
stores. It's turkey,
Mm-hmm.
pasta, a cream sauce with a crunchy breadcrumb topping, like a casserole.
All right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's pretty good. It's it's one of those things that like we used to get them frozen from the store like as meals, like you little one tray meal for you heat up for a couple minutes. You got like a lunch or something.
Oh, nice. That sounds good too. Have you ever had the deep fried turkey?
Yeah, my cousins do that every year. So when my parents went over and did that, they got a deep fried turkey for Thanksgiving. That was the one they went to my cousin's house for. I don't.
Nice. Yeah, dude. I haven't done it myself, but goddamn,
It's not
it tastes
bad,
like to me it.
but it seems like too much
Go ahead.
work
Go
for what
ahead.
it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never done it, so I have no idea. But it tastes to me. It tastes like they somehow took turkey and infused it with like ham flavor. Like that's what it
Yeah,
tastes like, turkey and ham to me.
it gets a little saltier. Yeah, a little more like salty and savory kind of flavor. As far as work, it's like you got to get
Yeah.
the giant bucket, you got to get the giant burner, you got to get them all out and make sure you got the propane full up. Um, then you got to dump in like 10 gallons of fucking oil. I mean, it takes a lot of oil to deep fry a turkey. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I would imagine.
because it has to be enough of a layer of oil that it's enough to like actually the turkey won't touch the walls and then get burnt on one spot. So you gotta. It's a pretty big.
Yeah.
If you're making a big 20-pound bird like we usually do,
Yeah.
and it's
Pain
like
in
the
the
whole
ass.
extended
Yeah.
family together and not just one family, it's like all of us getting together. They'd make a big turkey then. And the thing is, you got to keep an eye on it for most of the time. You don't really want to walk away and just leave a turkey in a deep fryer alone, unattended, with no one there. So that's also a part of it. Is
Yeah,
constantly
yeah,
keep an
that
eye
sounds
on
like
it.
a.
And then when you're done, you gotta find a place to dump all that oil, like the appropriate place. Like you can't just pour it down the fucking sink. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I had a friend of mine that would do it like I don't know 3 or 4 times a year, like outside of Thanksgiving. So I guess he probably got it down pretty well, where it's just used to doing it, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was the first time I tried it. I'm like, God damn, this is good.
Oh yeah, no, it comes out delicious. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't know that you couldn't get a
Yeah,
similarly level
it's not
delicious
necessarily
without
worth
that
all
much
the
work.
effort.
Yeah. I think if you do that kind of thing on a regular basis,
Yeah,
say
well, he would.
like, you're gonna deep fry chickens later on in the year. You're not just doing it for turkey. It might be a little more reasonable.
Right, right. Right. Yeah, what he would do is like he would invite people over, so he could like he's not just sitting there staring at the turkey. At least have people around to bullshit with, like while it's going. You know what I mean? So
Oh
it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
seem
You
so
want a bunch of
fucking
people out with you drinking
mind-numbingly boring, I
beer.
guess.
Like you have a bunch. That's where like the guys go to drink their beers. They go watch the turkey and drinking the beer, or, like smoking their weed or whatever. Yeah, yeah. You have like a little conversation circle around the turkey because nobody wants to leave the one guy alone out there doing it because you're all family anyway, right? So it's not like you're.
Yeah, yeah. You want to suffer together in situations like that.
Yeah, and it's also get away from the ladies who are usually in doing like side
And
dishes
not
and
suffering.
desserts and stuff. I know that's like
Indeed.
what is that super sexist to say now, but it's just usually how it breaks down in my family.
Yeah, yeah.
No one is
Nobody's
forced to
screaming
do
about the
anything.
patriarchy. You can have a good Thanksgiving.
Well, nobody's forced to do
Yeah, it's
anything.
just
Like
it's the way it kind
sometimes,
of breaks down.
I think the one side dish, like my cousin Colin makes a really really good stuffing. Like the not when you put it in the turkey, but just like baked in the oven stuffing. Like he makes a
Yeah,
cornbread
yeah.
stuffing that is just amazing. He's really good at it. So like he usually puts that together. But then my other cousin will usually be the one that cooks the turkey, and then their wives will go in and do like the mashed potatoes and stuff. Usually they'll make some kids like peel potatoes or something if they get a chance. Grab them and make them peel potatoes and chop shit. Like here you're cutting celery for the next 20 minutes, kid. You know. But that's just how it be. Everybody got to put in their own little bit here and there. The people that don't do the cooking usually end up doing like dishes. So, because it's nice if you can leave them with a clean
Everybody
kitchen.
contributes.
Yeah, exactly. I think what I'm saying is I think most families do that. I would imagine, right? Like most families like get everything together as a team, and then everybody has their roles. Oh, I saw the fucking
Yeah.
dumbest thing this morning. Um, it was your
Ah.
favorite, the female Ben Shapiro. I forget her fucking name.
Oh,
Um,
Jesus.
but apparently, there's a
Right.
new group of women who are like taking women's empowerment and being soft girls, where it's all about self care and making the best breakfast smoothie you can in the morning.
No.
And they don't want to work; they want to be supported. And she's trying to pass it off like as oh, it's they're going back to traditional values. I'm like, no, they're not. Not once did any one of those soft girls mention any sort of actual responsibilities like the homemaker does. Because let me tell you what, they're making it sound like it's super easy and you just hang around all day and it's luxury and shit. No, no, no. If you're like literally the parent that stays at home or the spouse that stays at home and you're cleaning the house, if you have kids, you're taking care of the kids and getting them off to school or daycare or whatever you're doing with them, taking them to the doctors, running, to sports things and whatnot. And you're still cooking and cleaning and doing the grocery shopping and the laundry and all that stuff. Because, the other spouse is the one who's out doing all the work, earning all the money. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't, as the stay at home parent, be taking care of all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not easy. That's hard fucking work. It's certainly not what these soft girls are talking about.
Yeah,
These soft girls want all of the benefits and none of the fucking responsibility. They just want to be fucking lazy. They just want to be
the one bitch is like, yeah, no, I just want to be able to just do art whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, or like did you see the one that was the girl? She was whining because the husband was like, no, you can't just leave the house and go fucking party whenever you want. We have kids. You can't go fucking clubbing at 3 a.m. because your batshit crazy friends called you. Like you got to get up and take these kids to fucking school tomorrow. I got to work. Like you can't just do that shit anymore once you got kids. And this girl was just having a fucking temper tantrum over it. Like that's what I picture as a soft girl. Like I'm not.
Yeah, I mean you can do it once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah. No one's saying you have to never, ever, ever, ever have any fun ever again once you become an adult. But like, there's a reason marriages were successful for so long is because it would be, two partners doing all of the responsibilities that they need to do in life just because that's what it takes to exist. Like you have to, get food. You have to fucking have shelter. You can't just like, no one's going to do it all for you. You got to do it. Take care of yourself. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's sad to see so many people not realizing that, like, because you see it on both sides now. That it's a partnership. There are equal responsibilities, whether you separate it in the traditional male and feminine roles from like, the 50s or whatever. Or you reverse it and the woman goes out and work and the guy is the house husband or whatever. Whatever way you want to do it, I don't give a shit. But it should be a partnership where both parties are working an equal amount to like get things done, And that's what I think a lot of the people just don't see in relationships and why there's so many issues with dating for the younger generation is because they don't see it as a partnership. They see it as like, how can I get the best? Yeah, this other person's gonna fuck me over in this deal. I got to get the best out of it, and it's like, well, that's a really fucking unhealthy way of looking at it. Like, no wonder everybody's so mad. Yeah, you're trying to find a husband or a wife, not a fucking car salesman.
People are trying to win the relationship.
Right? Exactly. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it really does feel like a competition. Yeah, they're trying to win the relationship. It's like a fucking game.
Yeah, who's going to get over on the other?
Or a battle or something.
As opposed to, it's you and them versus the world. That's what the fucking battle should be, is you try to win as a couple.
Yeah.
And you win as a couple by, putting in the work and being able to, like, retire and enjoy your later years. And
yeah, you can do the shit that...
Oh, man. I just thought that was a funny one, because it lately I've been seeing a lot of really stupid shit from both sides.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, you roboted out there?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my internet's fucking with me. Fan. All right. And the
Hello? Yeah, his internet's really fucking with him. He gone. I see you, he gone. You have returned.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. It's showing I was still connected. quite clearly was not coming through.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
Indeed. My shitty internet connection.
What you gonna do? Oh
Yeah,
man.
for some reason, disconnecting and reconnecting fucking does the work, does it?
It seems to. It's isn't that weird? Like connecting and reconnecting is what fixes the connection.
Yeah, it's just like how like shutting off and turning back on a fucking computer solves like 99% of the fucking issues.
Yeah. It's very odd.
Indeed. Like the I don't know if you remember on Skyrim, but like when you go into Solstheim, the guy from the Thieves Guild has like a brother that's in Raven Rock.
Yeah.
And like after you, I don't know, there's something about the bone mold formula or whatever. Like, yes, this guy took off with it. And now I don't know what it is. So when you do that, you find the dude's dead. So you fucking get the formula off his body. I don't know why they didn't have more than one copy, but whatever. He's like, here, take this key. You can go down there and grab whatever you want. And there's a bunch of fucking loot in his basement. But one of the things is a letter to damn, what the fuck is the bitch's name? The fucking hold on, I've got it here somewhere. But the Sapphire, yeah, I remember the chick Sapphire from the Thieves Guild. It's like a letter to her about how he's her dad.
Oh.
So Devin Mallory's brother, Glover, has this letter just sitting down in his little vault or whatever about how he's her dad.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm just doing that right now. But it never actually, like, I assume it's a quest that just got cut, but they left the note in.
Oh,
yeah. Like, there's no mission to be like, hey, go tell Sapphire I'm her dad. Give her this letter. Like, that doesn't happen, but the letter's still there.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass, because, like, I remember, like, it took me a while to figure out that there was no quest. Like, I kept trying to fucking find something. So, like...
Yeah.
So, like, I spent probably a good hour or so trying to, like, find the fucking, quest there.
Yeah, like, trying to figure out how to trigger it or whatever.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to trigger it. Like, I went and talked to him. I tried to, like, I'm like, I have the letter in my inventory. Do I give it to him? What's going on here? And it's very frustrating because you're like, oh, there's literally fucking nothing here. Okay, well, I guess fuck me. You know, like...
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna try to pickpocket it into Sapphire's inventory and see if that does anything.
People are just walking into Sheres's caress.
What the fuck's going on here?
Yep.
Why some people so strange?
So fucking... I'm outside of Windhelm on the docks. And there's some kind of battle going on. Oh, it's a fucking dragon. Of course it's a dragon. Why did I think it would be anything else?
You know, because, you know, that how it be.
If you're here to shop,
Dragons.
just buy what's needed, all
Is it
right?
in the city? No, okay. Oh, it's one of the tough ones too, and that sucks.
I wonder if they fixed
One
it
of the
now.
ones that uses the actual words.
What can I do you for?
I hope Mirak isn't showing up and stealing the souls. I think that only happens on Solstheim, right?
Steal
Or
the
like
soul.
until you beat Mirak. Yeah, and like when you kill a dragon, I think it's only on Solstheim. But after you've triggered the whole Mirak thing, the Dragonborn that's hanging out with Hermaeus Mora or whatever. Did that fall in the water? God damn it. Um, every dragon you kill, whenever the what do you call it? Whenever the soul stealing thing happens, he would show up and jack that dragon soul. You remember that or not
Oh,
really?
yeah. Every other dragon. Yeah, it was really fucking irritating.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it was only on Solstheim. I guess I'm about to find out. If I can figure out how
I
to get back on there.
remember there being that he would just follow you everywhere. It was really annoying.
Yeah, I think it was, like I said, I'm about to find out if I can kill this dragon. You take off? But yeah, it's like, alright, well, I guess this one's not going to wait, or I'm going to keep missing out on dragon souls. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you choose to not do the Mirak shit, he's just going to keep jacking your fucking dragon souls.
Yep, but you get them all at the end, right? I remember, like, after you kill him, finally, like, if you do the quest, like, however many you took, you get every last one back, which is kind of like, I can appreciate that. Like, it's an annoying feature of the game, but it was really nice that you have an opportunity to be like, all right, all that shit that he stole, I get to actually get it returned, so it's not, like, gone forever.
Alright, yeah, I must be. I don't remember that part. I just remember it being really fucking annoying.
Yeah, no, it's really fucking obnoxious that he constantly is stealing your shit. Yeah, no. It gets old real fucking quick.
Then I remember by the time I actually I was like, alright, enough of this. And I finally fucking beat the dude.
If you're hungry,
I was way too fucking overpowered. So, like, when I would hit him with my dual enchanted, dual-wielding fucking dragon bone daggers, they were so powerful that it would go past, like, 2 of the speech checks. Like, you're supposed to, stop battle for a second and talk shit or whatever. Like, it skipped, like, 2 of them.
Really fucking obnoxious. I remember that, yeah. I did not like that part. I did not like that I had to constantly, like, fucking stop in the middle of the fight and be like, alright, we're gonna stop and talk now. It's like, fucking, no, just let me kill this asshole. I don't want this to take any longer. Like, I don't want to spend an hour with this. I want to just murder the shit out of him. He's been stealing my shit for all this time. I'm done.
But yeah, it would actually skip it and, like, glitch out if you had too much power. So it would skip those checks, and he would just be like ethereal or whatever, and you couldn't do shit. But the way around it, I guess, is you have to actually kill the dragons that are flying around.
Yeah.
Because that's what he would do, is he would jack the dragon souls around him to regain a strength or whatever.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot that that's what he did. So if he doesn't kill them all, do you get to kill them later?
He absorbs them. If you do it the normal way, and you're not so overpowered that you just fucking skip all the checks. Yeah, he'll get a certain amount of damage. He'll absorb a soul, and then he'll have all his fucking energy back again. So yeah, if you just start off with doing that, then obviously you can't do that.
Nice.
Oh shit. I forgot about these things. Wait, I'm not dead, right? I'm not dead. Oh shit. I didn't realize that actually killed me. I fucking died. I don't die. Goddamn Dragonborn.
Like the fucking comedy skits. The motherfucking Dragonborn.
Oh, fuck. I forgot they can actually grab you and fucking just kill you. Yeah. Yeah. Or not the original ones, but like the fucking, like the revered dragons or ancient dragons or whatever the fuck they're called. They'll actually grab you and fucking ragdoll you and just, you're dead. Like, I'm like, wait, I still have energy. Why the fuck am I dying? And I'm like, oh, because the dragon just grabbed me in its fucking mouth and threw me around. Yeah, that would probably kill even the Dragonborn.
Yeah, sooner or later you might have to suffer some ill effects from that. Yeah, I could see that being an issue.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're straight up dead when they do it. Where the fuck did he land? God damn it. Suddenly I really suck at this game, dude. I keep falling in the water. Alright, buddy. You're on a dock. Try to keep that in mind. Where the fuck did he go? Where did he fucking land? Oh, there he is. Okay. So yeah, this is a revered dragon. They're special. Oh, he's like, oh, you're the one fucking hitting me with dragon bone arrows. Alright, I'm gonna focus on you now. Okay, it's probably enough of this. Should probably talk about something other than this game that's been around for 13 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is
I like
there.
how the yes, what else is happening in the world?
Oh, did you see the fucking one where the mayor is just fucking took over the town like a fucking dictator?
The one in somewhere in Illinois, right?
Yeah. She's literally
Like
just
just outside
spending
Chicago
all of
or
the fucking city's
Yeah.
money to go like gamble and shit in Vegas and party, and there's just nothing they can do to stop her.
Yeah, like they did something, but then like it was like a court threw out they voted her out basically, and then the court was like, no, you can't do that. That's unconstitutional or something. And then she like hired a DJ to like celebrate her fucking beating the rap.
Yeah, it was absolutely fucking ape shit. It was just like, what the fuck? How is this whole town is just okay with it? It just bonkers.
Yeah, well, I guess a lot of them weren't, because they fucking tried to get rid of her, and they should have. That should have been effective.
See, here's the thing that blows my mind about it, because like it's a real simple fix. They just stop doing what she says. Like literally, there's nothing she can do if they just don't listen anymore and stop giving her money. Like just don't give it to her. Because she only had a month left when they did that, tried to get rid of her. So basically she had like one more month to just fritter away their cash. All you do is just say, all right, well, we're just not going to give you any money. Like, it's cool and all that you're the mayor,
Right.
and legally you do have a right to it, but we're just not going to give it to you. And what are they going to do?
Right,
You
yeah,
get
we're
all
gonna
the
do
court
what you're
decisions you
doing.
want if you just don't give it to her. And then after a month, she's no longer the mayor. You can fucking rubber stamp it from by the next mayor, so that there's nothing she can do after that. You know, because the council will back it up.
Yeah, like if you're gonna ignore the fucking,
Yeah, if
the
she's
laws,
going to
fuck you,
disregard
we're
the
gonna ignore-
laws, then they exactly. Yep. Very, very frustrating because it was one of those things where it's like it's such an easy fix, and all they got to do is just like sit down and agree, the council and everything, and just say, yeah, well, we're just not going to give her this shit. Like if she can't take the money out, then she can't spend it. We'll call the bank and cancel the cards, talk to them, and say, hey, just say no.
that would be too simple. I guess they would be charged with racism. They did that.
Most of the town council was black too, because it's a fucking left-wing city. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why they're too stupid to do it.
Yeah.
They
Right.
don't understand that, like, sometimes you just have to say no to somebody. Like, somebody's doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah,
no.
yeah, and like choosing to abide by the rules when the other side is refusing to do so
is
is
ridiculous.
a fucking yeah.
It's such a
Like,
waste of
we
everybody's time that they do that shit. But yep, every time they fucking do it anyway.
Quick and quiet.
Yep. Hey, where you going, fucker? Get back over here, you asshole. That's the worst, dude, when they fucking just take off. The dragons just take off. You're like, I'm almost dead. I'm gonna go very far away from here. Fuck, I'm gonna chase you down. Because again, I'm the motherfucking Dragonborn. Oh shit, I hope he doesn't notice me though. Alright, this is far now. Dude, the fucking... the archery on this is so fucked up. It's like if you hold it just a little too hard, or a little too long, or a little too soon, it just barely fucking goes anywhere, gets nowhere near the fucking target. So you have to do it right at the right fucking time.
Yeah, no, I did not enjoy the archery on that one at all.
Yeah, and that's generally considered the best fucking build, is to be a fucking like stealth archer or whatever.
Right?
And then they're like, yeah, well, we're gonna fuck with you like this. So deal with that, asshole. Dude, this dragon is fucking me up, dude. What the hell's going on? Alright, yeah, even the revered dragons should not be fucking with me like this. How dare you, sir? Oh shit, that reminds me. Greta Thunberg took on the Zionists or whatever. Did you see that?
Oh, what was she taking on? How so?
She said something like, she was outside of, where the fuck is she from? Switzerland or Sweden, or I don't know where the fuck she's from, but I forget. But the she was like outside of some embassy or something, and was like screaming something like "End Zionism now," something like that. And I'm like, oof.
Oh, I thought maybe wouldn't that be hard to
You might
tell?
wanna,
Some sort of weird autistic fit, you know? Like you couldn't really be sure she meant anything in particular.
Well, yeah, with her you never know. That's a good point. Because she's fucking nuts and very much autistic.
Well, and then her family is
and almost certainly
groomed her to be fucking psychotic, so she's no idea what she's talking about. She's just spouting off whatever rhetoric her parents tell her to. It's like, you know, oh, what was it?
Yeah, because her parents are like,
yeah.
Aren't they just?
Yeah, her parents are like actors or something, right? Like they're somewhat well known from wherever the fuck they're at. They're definitely wealthy, or at least well off.
Everything alchemical.
So yeah, it always kind of reeked of them using their daughter and fucking for whatever grift they're into.
Yep. Yeah, no, they're definitely doing that. Yeah, no, it's.
Let's get our creepy looking daughter.
She has no idea what's going on half the time. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. I remember having her in front of like a press conference. There was like other stupid what do you call it? Climate activist kids, and they'd like ask her a question, and she would just like evolve, like, "Oh no, you should ask some of these other people here." So yeah, quite obviously, she's just being programmed and has no actual.
Yeah, no, she's not involved in
put no actual thought of her own into it.
Which is really sad, though, because, like, you know, for better or worse, she is now a public figure forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is the part of it that makes it kind of sad.
Yeah, that she's basically just a pawn for her fucking parents' bullshit. But taking on the Jews, that's that's a risky move.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that stuff right now. That stuff is getting weirder and weirder. Like, it seems like
Yeah.
everybody's shifting to support the Jews now.
Soldier.
Right? Like, is that what's going on? Maybe I'm
Well, I think that's the way. I think that's kind of what it's always. Well, the powers that be, I think, have always been there. But I think some of the leftists are like, no, we gotta support the brown people always. And then they're like, no, not when it comes. No, not against. That's right. So yeah, I think it's kind of coming all awful.
Yep.
It's just degrees. To what degree? Yeah, and again, not all Jews, but the government of Israel seems to be pretty fucking nasty.
Would agree. I do think that at this point, like, you kind of just have to support Israel on it. Like, not from a moral standpoint, though, but more from like a like, you just kind of like they're the only ones that don't want to murder us.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the lesser of two evils, I guess. But yeah, it's also the fact that they fuck with them too. Like it's they both fuck with each other in whatever ways they can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. No. There's no good guys here.
To me.
I'm not saying there's good guys. I'm saying we're kind of at a point at this point where, like,
these are bad.
You just kind of like have to say, like, well, this group of people doesn't want us dead, so we're gonna support the ones that don't want us dead. And because, like, also, you know, you can't just like throw the Jews out now. Like, it's too late. You know, it's too late to fucking undo that shit now. It's already done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty well established. Call it. They've had it for a while, so it's not like, hey, we decided you don't get a homeland, so
yeah,
a little late.
It's the generation that lives there now is not the generation that was usurping the land from another group of people. You know what I mean? Like, they grew up there. So to them, that is their home. That is their land, at least as far as they're concerned. I could understand how other people might not agree that it's their land. I just think that the fucking cat's out of the bag. You know, you can't put the fucking you can't kick them out now unless you want to kill everybody, which is, you know, seems like might be a little excessive. You know, in my humble opinion, but, you know, hey, you know, everybody else is
a little. Okay.
People are gonna have their own opinions on it. It's really unfortunate. And the other thing is,
both sides have again been in charge of the area, and obviously it would be like the why not have Italy go in there and say, hey, it was ours at one point too, and we want it back too, so we need a homeland there as well.
You know, I don't.
See, the Romans had conquered the area.
I think it's sort of like the people that want to give the land back to the Native Americans in the U.S. at this point. It's like it's been conquered. It's over. Fair or not, it's done.
Yeah. So we're gonna go back in history and just try to figure out who had it earliest, and then that's who gets it. Like, it's you know, whatever happened. There's no putting the genie back in the bottle, so to speak.
Exactly. It is far too late to undo the damage that has been done. So we have to look at, well, it was a terrorist attack. They killed a bunch of children, so maybe that's the side that's wrong this time, I think. As far as like if we're gonna support one side or the other, I think we should just not support either, and keep our fucking dicks out of it for once, because it's none of our fucking business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nor are we responsible for making the world safe for everyone else. It's not our job either. So it's like,
yeah, Israel doesn't really survive as a nation without.
The thing is, they may not need us though. They may be
Guys,
able to
all of you not
survive on their own.
Might be useful.
So, or other countries may.
Yeah,
choose
the other side
to,
does seem to.
The terrorist attack on women and children. Yeah, like that's kind of the Arabic way, I guess. It's pretty gross.
Hearing about the hospital thing, and I have no idea what the fucking.
Oh, that was a lie. That was a bunch of bullshit. I've seen multiple people who are on Joe Rogan. They're saying like they didn't blow up a hospital. They blew up a parking lot next to a hospital. There were a few people that died. Most of them were like guilty as charged. Like they were bad people. They attacked a terrorist location. And yeah, people died because the terrorists hide around civilians purposely to make it so that any sort of what do you call it?
Yeah. So if they get attacked, yeah, it's going to make the other one look bad because you killed innocent civilians along with the terrorists that were using them.
Great headline.
To human shield. So yeah, it's.
I knew there was a story. The name's Lens.
Yeah, they're gonna put them in danger like that.
A quick interview.
Jesus, dude.
I'm here looking for my next angle.
Pretty fucked up thing to do.
Same. Oppression, famine.
Let's put all our stuff in hospitals and schools.
Yeah. Well, and let's not attack their soldiers. Let's attack their wives
and then just dare them to take us out.
And horrifically butcher and murder a bunch of children and ladies and stuff like that and people at a fucking concert. Like I don't think that. I think that as far as Palestine and Israel go, there's no bad guys.
Instead of a collateral damage.
Yeah, Palestine and Israel are both equally bad and equally good in this case.
Yeah.
Hamas is just, there's no question. Like, I have no problem with Israel going and just eliminating Hamas. If Palestine was genuinely even remotely interested in peace, they would be equally committed to rooting out and eliminating Hamas.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's no excuse for Hamas whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, that's not.
I feel like that's a major part of the issue. Is, allowing, like, well, they're on our side, so we got to support them. It's kind of like the Predators and.
Oh, no, you kind of did, like, it didn't quite finish that. You're roboting out. Oh.
No, I was saying it's kind of like how, it's that our side. Jesus fucking Christ. Hold on.
Sorry.
Jesus fuck.
Everybody needs a rest from time to time. Even seasoned adventurers like yourself.
Yeah.
Imagine you
how's that?
of some
Any better?
You're good now?
in the shadow-cursed lands. My sources tell me you recently vanquished the fearsome General Ketheric Thorm. How did you manage that?
Why is it that as soon as I said you're good, it echoed, it fucking roboted out? That's not cool, man. Can I come over and give your router a good whacking?
Fucking make it out. Right.
I'm sure you are much more than that. You proved to be quite the thorn in his side.
Fucking signal too. It's still not working.
Yeah, are you on like Wi-Fi or are you plugged in?
What's your plan of attack?
Oh, that's Wi-Fi. I'm always just on my phone, dude.
Oh, Wi-Fi is probably, yeah, it's harder to connect with Wi-Fi. I'm always on a direct plug into the computer,
Yeah, it's been
so
really
that's why
bad the
my
last couple
internet's so
days.
stable.
You should try to run it through the PlayStation. That would work. That's got a plug ready to go.
Perhaps it could inspire some like-minded citizens to help your cause.
Or maybe if I get further
You
away
must
from it.
have some strategy in mind.
See what that does. Oh shit! Did I get disconnected again?
Sorry, I'm spacing out. My bad. It's not your fault.
All right, fair enough.
So, do we even remember what we were originally discussing?
You have passes through your veins.
Not really.
You have no.
I remember we
We
were
can
talking
probably
about
move on, I
Hamas
guess.
and stuff. Oh, there's one more. Oh, the sniper wolf thing, right? There was one thing I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize she was calling Jack a fucking pedophile.
See?
She tried to
What do
fucking
you
refer to
mean?
like literally. I saw the video where she was trying to say that like Jack fucks around with kids and he's
Yeah,
on
at one
list.
point, yeah.
And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? This bitch did that, and she's still on the platform of YouTube. Like that's totally inappropriate. Like that should get you yanked off
Yeah,
of
well.
YouTube. If you're making allegations like that with zero evidence that are easily
Yeah.
refuted,
Baseless, yeah.
you should be fucking off. Like, done.
Yeah, if your
You're banned.
source is, yeah, if your source is like some random person on your fucking Discord or what, I don't know where the fuck she got it from. She might have just made it up. But yeah, obviously she did not look into it
Yeah,
and
Well,
make sure it was true.
I've zero.
She's just like, hey,
objection.
he's talking shit, so he's a pedo. Okay, I'll go with that.
I've zero objection to calling people out, but you need to have not just one random source. You should be able to take that source and then verify
Yeah.
by, like you don't just take one source
Yeah,
and
if
you're
you
done with the
list-
investigation. You verify further to make sure that source isn't fucking you around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, how hard is it to be like, oh, he's on the list? Okay, I should be able to look that up. That should be public
And she knew
information,
his
right?
address. She knew his address, so why shouldn't she be able to fucking look up and know if he's on the list?
Yeah. Yeah, she's horrible, dude.
I was just
But
shocked.
again-
Like, I'd noticed she was bad, but I didn't realize like that it kept getting worse and worse every fucking time she talked. You know, like.
Right. But again, she's got almost 35 million followers, so, too big to
I
fail.
remember seeing her channel a long time ago and thinking, wow, that's fucking generic and boring. Like, it's just the fucking...
Yeah.
It's a super hot chick. And I always figured she was not really dating the guy. Like, and I had no idea, because I just didn't, I'm not... What do you call it?
Yeah, I didn't care enough.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit enough to do any research. But it was just like, oh, there's no way she's married to that guy. Like, she's just fucking using him for something then.
Right.
So it was one of those things where I wasn't surprised to find out that their marriage fell apart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and she tried to just jack everything from him, even though he was really the one behind the success of the fucking channel. Like, he's the one that set it up, gave her, what limited amount she had to say. And she's like, nah, I'm going to cut him out. Fuck this guy. That is responsible for all my success. Yeah, she's horrible. There's the, that other chick that she basically just jacked her whole fucking style and was copying her, but then she just accused her of copying. Like, Sniper Wolf, what's her name? Atsy or something? I don't know what the fuck her name is, but...
oh yeah,
it does seem like Sniper
that was
Wolf just
fucking
jacked her
crazy.
style, dude.
I saw that video and I was just like, what the fuck? She totally stole this bitch's whole thing. Like, it's
Yeah, and again,
no shame in that
front-latched it.
game, man. She just straight took it.
Yeah, and then accused her of it.
Yeah, that was
Accused the
what
bitch
made it
that she
really
stole
fucked up.
from. Yeah. Yeah, she's horrible. Like, you know, like, I don't know if you had heard, but like,
Expert in steel watcher Jonas.
she had done like armed robbery and shit. Like, she had
Yeah.
fucking gotten busted for like armed robbery. Yeah, she's a horrible fucking person, dude.
Somebody's at my door. Hold on.
Like, well beyond.
Then leave me to my
Okay.
work.
Ooh, I got a box.
Yeah.
Some sort of box. That's a mystery box. Don't know what's in it. Oh, I bet you I know what it is, actually. I bet it's my battery pack for my VR headset. I think the other one was broken, and I think this because when I plug it in to charge it, the place where you plug it in turns white fucking hot. I feel like that could be potentially detrimental. You know, something tells me that that's not how batteries are supposed to work. You don't heat them up while you're charging them, right? Like they don't just heat up really, really fucking hot. And that's why I will say, if you ever consider buying virtual reality, do not get the Vive XR Elite. It's just a rip-off meant to force you to keep buying components over and over. So, like, this is the last component I buy for it. After this, I'm just going to fucking look for another VR headset entirely, because they're just going to keep fucking... everything's going to keep breaking. It's manufactured to break intentionally. In fact,
planned obsolescence or whatever.
Sell it. It's not even planned obsolescence at this point. It's literally just intended to break, like within a couple of months, so that you have to spend another like $200 on another thing. Because like I bought the whole thing last year. It's not like this is some sort of old shit, you know.
Yeah, that is pretty. Yeah. When it's quite obvious that you've designed the fucking components to break and break and break.
Yeah, I'll get another year out of it so I can save up right now. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to definitely... I'm not going to replace any more components. It's just, I'm just going to sell the whole thing in like 6 months and fucking buy another headset entirely. Offset my losses by, you know, hopefully getting enough out of the sale.
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, I think it's been a while since any companies have made shit that's designed to last.
Only if you
Just seems like it's gotten more blatant. Like it seems like there used to be good workmanship, and they're like, yeah, this will last for fucking decades.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, well then they don't have to buy another one for decades. So why are we building it so well?
It's fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, it's a fucked up way to do business, man. Like let's take the workmanship down a little, so that people need to keep buying them every so often. And yeah, it's kind of the period of time that something lasts has just gotten shorter and shorter and shorter. Now it's only like maybe a year or two you get out of the shit.
Yep. I'm not a fan. Not a fan anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty greedy.
And the really irritating thing is, it's like, what do you do about it? You know what I mean? Like I found this app called Cultivate, which is kind of nice. It's an install on your Firefox, right? Like you put it on your Firefox as an add-on, and then it runs in the background when you're on sites to shop at. Specifically, it's for like Amazon, but it works on other sites. It's not just working on Amazon. But it will give you the country of manufacture, like where that product is coming from, which is really nice. So you can see if it's made in China. And I don't have any evidence to support that will make a big difference
let me get
yet.
back to it.
But I feel like eventually that's gonna be really, really nice. Like
It'll happen again.
because I'm not buying anything from China anymore. Like I don't care what it is.
Shivering, shaking, quaking.
Yeah, because you know it's going to be cheap fucking cheap garbage. It's going to fucking break very quickly. Like, yeah, it's super cheap and it's super cheaply made.
Something underneath
So
the city.
you're better off
Something
finding
to the
something
rock.
manufactured
When I asked the stone why it
somewhere where
was,
they actually put, a little workmanship into it.
Somewhere where it's not essentially slave labor.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
Because like
And
a lot of
again,
people
just-
want to like pretend it's not going on, but like a substantial portion of China's like poor population is basically like their lives are being locked inside of a factory complex, eating, drinking, sleeping. Everything they do is there. They get it's like company towns,
I might have time
but
for
it's like a
catch-up
factory
later.
that they live in.
Walbrin will want to see you.
So
Yeah,
like they'll
yeah.
have to live in the
Yeah, I
factory
think,
dorms. They have to eat the factory meals. It's a factory cafeteria. They're not allowed to go and leave. Just like they can't just go places when they want to go places, and it's like it's slavery.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
everybody
think
wants to
Hugbee's did a
like
video about him.
sweep that under the
'Cause they
rug
put out-
because it's cheaper to get shit from fucking China.
Talk to Walbrin, would you?
Yeah, because I guess they had put out videos of like those fucking worker towns and then fucking workers talking about how fucking great it is.
Yeah,
And then Hugbee's was watching
Good to
him
see you.
and like making fun of
Wasn't
it.
sure you'd make it to the city.
yeah.
He's done a
I
few
would enjoy
videos
that.
on those.
I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time.
Haven't seen much from
thinking of
Hugbee's
worst-case
lately, now that I think
scenarios
about it.
While I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at moonrise.
He's
Yeah.
probably coasting on his
Imagine
previous
anything
works.
As bad as this. The Gondians have handed
Well,
down the
Hugbee's
He's got a
is
pretty
one
good
of those
backlog.
people I
about
like.
the end of liberty
He
and
got
Walden's
famous
death.
doing what he enjoyed
And the
doing, which is
citizens
fucking
have
with people, and he
rolled
keeps
out the
doing
red
it.
carpet for the new tyrant.
You know what I mean?
Resistance fighters are
Like-
few and far between.
There's those
Yeah,
people that they
yeah.
get that
What's left
initial
of the
burst of
harvest
fame
and
from
you.
something,
I hope
and then they try to do like whatever the corporate bullshit is just to make more as much money as they can out of it, and they don't continue
Yeah,
on doing what
yeah.
was actually entertaining. And it's like, well, Hugbee's like
Yeah.
he got really well known for what he does, and he just keeps doing it, and he's fucking entertaining as hell.
Yeah, he does whatever the fuck he feels like. He's like, you know what? I feel like talking about the lame ass fucking Batman villain that steals pennies. And that's what I'm going to do a video about. Fuck you guys if you don't like
as
it.
long as our objective is the same, the reason doesn't matter to me.
And this, I'm going to do a how it's made about bread and refer to this machine
Neither
as
of
these
us
two.
gets what we want.
I don't know if you've seen the bread one, but there's a thing where the dough's coming through, and there's like these two paddles that are spinning around, knocking it off at just the right amount of dough for the bread or whatever.
Yeah.
And he refers to it as the bread dough pimp slapping machine.
But they only serve one man. When he becomes grand.
Yeah, in fact, I think that was one of the reasons he'd blown up, because I think PewDiePie was watching one of it and didn't realize it was a fucking parody. Because he actually does a pretty good job, at least early on those types of videos. The voice, he does a great voice. It sounds like a person who would be doing a voiceover for a fucking How It's Made video or whatever. And it's like, at the beginning, you're like, okay, is this real or is this not? Like, eventually it becomes pretty obvious. But he does a really good job of being somewhat convincing early on before making it obvious that it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he just put one out. God damn it. That's funny. He just put a video out about 3 hours ago, it looks like.
Huh, throw it in the
Banned
Discord so I'll
cartoons.
remember to watch it later.
To put a stop to them.
Yeah, definitely the watch later. So that's gotta, yeah, I can't imagine his audience was like, hey, can you do a video about banned cartoons? Like, I assume he's just like, all right, yeah, this is interesting to me, and I'm going to do this. And I don't care if it's getting, if it's what the fans want. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's definitely a mistake a lot of them make, is like, oh my god, I got to do what the fans want, or they're going to go away. Like, no, if you're entertaining enough, if you don't have any confidence in your ability to entertain, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and people are going to watch
Yeah.
because you're entertaining. So good for that guy.
Always is. Eliminate the threat.
Oh, so in this
So, yeah,
I have
I'm
a
just
question.
like,
Oh, go ahead if you have
The
something to bring
Gondians
up.
Yeah?
are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them.
Oh, I was going to change the topic, so if you had more to add,
No, it's fine. I think everyone. It's just me and you. I don't know why I'm thinking that anybody's going to watch this later. But no, I was just going to go through the videos and like see like, oh, you did this and this and this, but you get the point. So
yeah. No, I'm a fan of
on.
Hugbees too, so it's not like I don't watch them. What was it? I was looking at. Apparently, there was a.
Innocence. You have no idea what you're talking
about.
This guy wants me
Really?
to fucking nuke a fucking factory.
They took orders from Gortash.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Courage, they'd have refused
what the fuck?
What the fuck is wrong with this gnome? This guy's out of his fucking gourd. I might have to murder him.
Die like the dogs they are.
Jesus.
That is a bad gnome.
Fine. You want to try flapping your gums in the
wow.
I'm playing a good playthrough of
That did remind me
Baldur's
of
Gate, so I have to try to be the good guy. Otherwise, I would be like, yeah, let's blow this factory up. Why the fuck not? I want to see that.
Take the bomb.
Because, you know, it's a video game. There's no morality. None of it's real.
Yeah, indeed.
As long as you see sense, I don't.
Although the gnome thing reminds me of a.
The factory is in the lower
I don't know if you. I assume you watch some of the Norm Macdonald Live stuff, right?
I've seen some of Norm Macdonald's stuff. I was never a fan of the podcast. I like his comedy, like his comedy and his stuff in movies and whatnot. But like, I didn't really care for the interviews. They just didn't work for me. It wasn't. It just. I don't know. Something about it just didn't work for me. So I never really watched a lot of his
well, I love the part where he would. Because at the end they would do the jokes, right? And they were all jokes that were like almost deliberately fucking bad.
Must be a switch.
And when you mentioned the gnome thing, it reminded me of one of the jokes where he's like, "Yeah, I want to find like a midget or a little person and train him how to eat. Become like a food eating champion or whatever, the food contest." And he's like, and then I want to name him Gnome Chomsky.
Oh Jesus! That's
yeah. So yeah, they were all deliberately bad. And he would never admit that he was the one that wrote them. They're like, where do you? Because almost everybody would be like, where do you get these jokes from? He's like, some guy. I just thought it was really funny that he was doing deliberately shitty jokes and making his fucking his guests read them.
Well,
I don't know. I found it entertaining, but whatever.
Blacksmiths, we sell things that need smithing.
So yeah. What else is happening?
Oh, I was just saying, you hear about the Antifa attack in Atlanta, where they burned up a bunch of fucking concrete trucks, apparently? Yeah, like they fucking torched a bunch of concrete trucks in Atlanta. Antifa did. And
I didn't see the video, but good for them for peacefully protesting and getting back to that peaceful protest.
Well, the shopkeeper.
What is it? I've completely fucking lost my mind. It's just weird that I haven't heard anything about what do you call it? Anything whatsoever about any of like the Antifa stuff in a while. You know what I mean? Like it used to be sort of like big news every time they popped up. So I'm like wondering like what's going on. Is Antifa dying off? Are they like not having as much participation? More of them are going to jail.
What in the hell is all of this?
Or are they just like no one's reporting on it at all anymore?
Yeah, I assume it's
Sweet Rivington doesn't exist. So we have decided to protect you, dear patrons. No need to thank us. You'll be allowed in once the dispatch. Next. Hello, and welcome to the Circus of
Biden, where they can still get away with their bullshit.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, I'm surprised they got away with it in Atlanta.
Can we go?
Not a problem, dear patron. Benji just has to check if you're a murderer. Benji?
Let's see. I know there's a bunch of shit on here. I'm just trying to some of it I don't remember. Because some of the stuff I just put up because it's funny little videos. Oh, the fucking one where this lady was talking about only wanting to date like ugly men or something. Or oh no, she thought she was gonna get like a $500,000 a year guy or something. It just that shit just gets more and more batshit crazy. I wonder where they find it. Like these women who are just so oblivious and don't understand. Like the you're not. Yeah, it's so sad because like I understand why people might be like, I don't know, what is it, why do people talk about standards? Is that a I don't remember that being a normal thing for dating. You know what I mean?
Have fun and be sure to catch the star of our show, Dribbles the Clown.
You had like things you looked for, like you were interested in certain things, like you know.
Damn it, I cut out.
Yeah, you cut out. You just started talking again. If you were talking before that, there was literally no sound.
No, you cut out. I wasn't hearing you.
Oh, okay.
But we're good. I got you.
I was gonna say, what is this? There was a video I posted where it was like some lady who was just fucking hideous, talking about like these incredibly high standards that she was expecting to, what do you call it? Get out of dating and stuff. But
Enjoying the show?
It's weird to me that more and more people are talking about standards too. Like that didn't seem to be a normal thing. It was more about like, you liked people that were funny, or you wanted to find somebody who was into hiking or something, like an outdoorsy kind of person.
Yeah. Yeah, and for women, it's like how much money they make.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, really. Preferably good looking.
Well, people always did
Actually,
that.
no,
they used to do it with class. It used to be like, oh, what do you do? And then you didn't say like, how much money do you make every year? You just asked the person, what do they do? Like, but now it's like you just straight up ask the person like, what's your income? What's your income over the course of the year? Which is weird to me, because that's really like, as long as the person's working a job, like, then they're actually not like a lazy bum that's not going to do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're working a job. Like, that's the main thing. Like, obviously, if you're in your like 40s or 50s, you're probably not interested in dating somebody that works at like a Burger King. Maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, unless they're just wealthy. I guess, I don't know.
Ooh, you are Mr. Robot right now.
God damn it, dude. Fuck this internet connection. Is it still doing it?
Nope.
Oh yeah, I'm over
onto
the fucking oh fuck, it's on the so not any better. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know, man. Is a girl dating a guy for his money any different than a guy dating a girl because she's hot?
No.
Like,
I think people used to be classy about it, though. You know what I mean? You wouldn't just straight up in a date be like, how much do you make? You would ask, like, what do you do for a living? You'd never have somebody who would be like, oh, you know what? I'm not going there. That's a chain restaurant. If you're going to take me on a date, you're taking me to a fucking one-off place or something.
Yeah. Some exclusive fucking high. Yeah. Yeah. Or guys pretending that they're dating the hot girl because she's got a great personality, that kind of thing.
Unique as yours.
Like, no, she's really interesting, and she's a photographer. She takes pictures of stuff.
Tremendous. Stony darling.
Well, they pretend that they're good at, but they're not.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is what is it? There's a point you were making there that I actually was thinking was kind of funny because like the guys that always flip shit over girls that date bad guys. Right, they're always like, oh, they always date the bad boys, they never date the good boys, blah, 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 blah. And then, but you gotta think about it like,
right.
If guys want to date the bad girls, right? Like, that's a normal thing. You don't want to date, like, the good little girl. You want to date the girl that's gonna blow you in the back of a fucking theater. You want to date the fucking naughty girl. So, of course, the girls want to date the bad boys.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's just how that makes sense,
right?
Yeah,
it definitely goes both ways. Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like men aren't as, equally as susceptible to making stupid decisions in their dating lives.
Care to purchase? Oh, you shall be thrilled and delighted. I know.
That's pretty universal.
Yeah. Ooh, alchemical ingredients.
Yeah.
It's weird. There's a lot of random items in this game because it's based on Dungeons and Dragons. But like so many of them don't do anything other than just get sold that it's kind of annoying. And they make you go through and do like the labeling of stuff when it's wares and like because there's a system for inventory and you can right click and send stuff to your camp so that you're not carrying it to cut your inventory down, or you can right click and add it to wares and then click one button and sell all your wares at the same time. But at this point it's like, why don't you just categorize in the game what's junk and what's not junk, and just have an auto sell all junk on the party feature? You know what I mean? Like, why even make me go through the process of labeling and just like going through it all? Just make it so I can sell the shit that don't matter with like one button.
So it doesn't do like how Skyrim. Like how Skyrim separates like weapons and armor and fucking potions and all that. Like it doesn't do that.
Well, you can sort things in your own inventory by clicking a button to set it so that it resorts whatever you have is by type. So like all your weapons and armor will be in like a row, but it's all in one big long grid.
From dead people.
Yeah, Jesus, dude. Yeah, that's odd because I wouldn't think that would take a whole lot of effort to just make categories for everything.
Yes, I has.
Especially since you're able to sort it anyway. Like, why not just fucking make the category? Like, you know what I mean? You would just be, labeling everything as whatever type it is, and then you have the miscellaneous category like they do on Skyrim for whatever doesn't fit into all the other shit.
Exactly, and then
although I do feel like,
and then make it so I can auto sell it. You know what I mean? So like all the stuff that I'm like, never going to use for anything, let me just set it to, set it in there so that I don't have to sit and go through and micromanage my fucking inventory every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Auto sell shit,
Yes.
And I think that's a thing, honestly.
Yeah, so you're not having to go
should be like a standard, really. It shouldn't be like a every single time.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a fucking perk.
Yeah, it should be a standard at this point because it's so easy to do it all.
Yeah, that's just lazy.
Yep, it's very obnoxious, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, that's an odd one to leave out. Because that should be standard at this point. Yeah, just categorize it. Decide your categories, and as items are put in, fucking label them as that category.
Of course, you're not allowed to criticize.
It doesn't seem like it'd be that much harder.
You're not allowed to criticize Baldur's Gate 3, though. People get really mad when you do it. Because the game overall is excellent. It's just a few little itty bitty bits here and there. And then it looks like they finally just patched Act 3, because like before today I couldn't play Act 3 anymore. Because it would just break every single time.
Wow.
Lucille! It's Pose, Grapevine, then Pivot Step.
Man,
You have the great
but now it stopped breaking, and it's not Bethesda though. At least Baldur's Gate is not being made by Bethesda, thank God. But like the first two acts,
well, no, I was wondering if they're using the Bethesda model of
No, okay, so I actually
throwing it out there and letting the fucking community fix it.
I've gathered what occurred. So the way Baldur's Gate 3 was released is it was released early access, and it was not great, right? But it was early access. They weren't, you can't play an early access game and expect it to work. So they did a lot of testing on Act 1 and 2 through early access stuff, and then Act 3 was released after it was a full game. But Act 3 was never released in early access, so they didn't have as much time and as much feedback to go through and fix everything. So Act 3 just didn't work. But literally, like, before the show started, before like 5 minutes before we got on Discord together, it downloaded a patch that just came out like today. And now it's running smooth on Act 3, and there's no like breaking. It's not breaking all the time. There's still some glitches here and there. Like I was talking to an NPC in a shop, and it showed his face, and then suddenly all of his features were gone, and it was just a big purple blob that was vaguely face shaped, with no eyes, nose, or mouth, or hair, or any of those things, But like the game before that was like literally just like suddenly your characters won't follow each other. Suddenly you can't talk to people anymore. Like you're incapable of engaging dialogue. You can't switch between the 4 characters to make each of them do different things. Like it was really bad. It would just break every 10 minutes in Act 3. So, but they're not charging you anything for it, and they're actively making it better every time they release a patch. So it's not like Bethesda's model at all. Because it's not like, we're not going to do anything and just hope that like some DLC out there works. So, you know what I mean? It's like they're actively making it better.
Interrupting a massacre.
That's good.
These 3 make the art of dance look like.
So I think it does deserve most of the praise, and I just wish people would be a little more like straightforward when they're reviewing
necromancer, bringer of the night. Oh, and wine lover extraordinaire. Normally, I'd invite you into my tent for a lovely thing.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that was the thing I was looking at lately that I aside from the Christian videos that I suddenly started getting. Like I don't know why, but YouTube keeps giving me videos that are like they're not clear that they're Christian at first. And the titles are misleading, I believe intentionally. But it'll be like, you wouldn't believe this one weird fact about dinosaurs, right? And then you click on the video and you're like, I want to learn about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are fucking cool. And then it'll be like fucking like Christian propaganda on why like dinosaurs were like not real or something. Oh no, did you duck out for a minute?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Because I kept asking you if you were hearing me and you were not responding.
Nope, I could not hear you at all. So yeah, no, now I can.
Hey, no, I was hearing you though. So yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, dude. The videos where you're like, after a few minutes in, they're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's like, god damn it.
Is that pretty much where you're laying down?
Yep. Yeah, and it's like, oh nope, it's dinosaurs. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Like it's not dinosaurs. It's just they want to fucking what do you call it? Want to fucking convert me to Christianity. This is why evolutionists are wrong. And
Yeah,
it's
it's a little Trojan horse.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, they're Trojan horsing the fucking the the religious message into fucking some scientific topic that you'd be interested in.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you're talking about dinosaurs? Of course I want to learn, more about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are fucking awesome. But, that be how it is.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, no, they've only been around since like 6,000 years ago. Men lived alongside them, and Jesus was actually riding a dinosaur, not like a donkey or something.
Yes, behold, Akabi's wheel of wonders.
Oh, here's another one. Oh, go ahead.
Mark Maron was talking about. He went. Yeah, Mark Maron went to the I guess he was somewhere near where the Ken Ham's Creation Museum is. I think it's in like Kentucky or something, somewhere over there. And then he went in and fucking basically there's like a diorama or whatever of like some kind of dinosaur, and Jesus is riding it, and then like the dinosaur has like a pineapple in its mouth.
No.
So he's like, "What the fuck? Why is he eating why the fuck is the dinosaur eating a pineapple?" And then he's like, "Oh fuck." He's like, that's like basically saying like they got me. Like I'm not even like bothering with the fact that Jesus is riding a dinosaur. Like I'm thinking about the fact that it's eating a pineapple instead.
Yeah.
No jackpot for you, ugly one. But
I don't know if that makes sense. The idea I'm trying to convey. But they're like, okay, so Jesus is riding a dinosaur, right? And you're more concerned with the pineapple? We can make it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh shit, did it kick me off again?
No, sorry, I was thinking.
What the fuck, man.
I was thinking.
Quit doing that, dude. You know my internet connection's bad.
Oh, I can't think. I'm sorry.
Well, knock that shit off.
Stop the whole thinking part.
Yeah, we don't do that kind of thing here.
But what is it? There we go. Pause my game. Oh, that was what it was. So have you seen those videos where the dogs push the buttons and are supposedly talking to their owners? Right? Like they have a whole mat on the floor with a bunch of little buttons on it, and then they're like, walk, and they just push the fucking walk button and the treat button or whatever. Do you buy into those? Because I don't know if I buy into those. Like, I feel like that's just a dog pushing buttons and they're adding sound after the fact, or they're just going with whatever the fucking button says. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a scam. I like Helen Keller thing. You know what I mean? Helen Keller was the deaf, dumb, and blind girl.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
It could be. Yeah, it's hard to know because.
Hard to know for sure. Obviously, we can't know for sure.
Yeah, because the dogs are pretty smart. So if you have one that says outside and they want to go outside, they might be smart enough to do that, to hit the one that says outside. It seems unnecessary. They usually just stand by the door. That's pretty effective.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is though, like
it's hard to say.
The ones I see are more and more getting into like abstract things. Like where the dog will be like asking like can I go to grandma's house?
Yeah. Are you talking about the total oh jeez, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it's a lot more iffy. I thought you were talking about the one where they're playing the Total Eclipse of the Heart.
And the dog
every
turns
time they sing
around.
"Turn Around," the dog would turn around.
Oh no, that's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's perfectly
I don't know if that's
believable.
real.
I don't doubt for a second that was a thing that actually happened.
Uh,
Like, dogs are very obedient, and that's
mm-hmm.
delivered like a command in the song. It's like, turn around. They're clearly telling you to do it. So the dog does it, and if that was a command word you taught him, it makes perfect sense.
That dog is clearly intently staring at that speaker.
Yeah. Well, and also,
in fact, they might have taught him it by using the song.
Could have been trained to do that specific thing to that song. Could be. But you've also seen where, like,
either way,
they'll say sit down or something on TV. Somebody will say sit down, and the dog sits. Like, I've seen that too. So I believe it. I think that dogs aren't, they maybe can't differentiate between you telling them to do it or somebody on TV having that same authority. It's just a human voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I buy that. I buy into
Right,
that.
right.
But the part that gets me is the abstract thought process where they're pushing the little buttons and they're like, want treat, want to see grandma, go grandma's house or something. It's like, I don't know that I buy that. I think if it was like something where there were like 5 or 6 buttons and one of them was like food, one was outside, one was a walk, one was like I'm hungry, you know what I mean? Like, or I'm thirsty, I want water. I think that would be very believable. But like this whole like 30 fucking buttons thing where they're like coming up with all these like abstract thoughts. It's like, dogs love you, but like, no.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think they have the attention span for that. But to be honest, like, they're fucking super smart, but they also are very, very ADHD. So yeah, stringing together a full sentence or something seems very unlikely. They're actually expressing a full thought like that. Yeah, attention span alone kind of illuminates that in my mind.
Nah. Yeah, I just thought that was like one of those things that was like, I don't know that I'm fucking believing this shit.
Yeah. No, I think dogs are definitely capable of more than most people give them credit for, but they can. Yeah, I think there was there was some. I think he was like a linguist or something, but basically he had gotten this dog, and he's like, "All right, I'm going to try to teach them, see how much they can actually learn as far as words." And it ended up being a pretty large amount, pretty large vocabulary that the dog understood, but it was still, 1 or 2 word phrases, whatever. So yeah, as far as them being able to accurately fucking, type out thoughts or whatever, seems still pretty unlikely.
Crime can pay, but not when you can't pick a pocket correctly.
No.
I know when like when I'm watching the grandpuppy, for a vast majority of the time, like, I'm constantly interacting with the guy because he needs constant fucking attention. But like lately, I've been like, I'll play the game for like 5-10 minutes or something like that, and it's gotten to the point where if I'm sitting in the chair and I grab the controller, he will jump up and lay across my lap to try to stop me from playing the game, dude, because he knows he's going to be on his own for a little bit. So he will do all he can to fucking try to fucking video game. It works about half the time. Most of the time it just delays. I'm like, all right, buddy, I'll pay attention to you for another few minutes.
Makes sense.
Time to rest.
Let's see. Oh, what is this thing where like people think that slaves built the United States? Like where does that come from?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that we had slaves.
Because it's like they didn't build
And,
the
yeah, most of the shit
infrastructure
was
of
already
the
there, and
country
they're
at all.
basically-
They were just farming, like used mainly for farming and like for like housework and stuff.
Possible.
Yeah. Yeah, they mostly, again, worked on plantations and
Liar.
fucking,
Enjoy that
yeah, did the farm work, did the housework, yeah. More than slaves. Built the railroads and such.
Jenny, where am I? Should mind my step.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Don't want to draw any attention.
Indeed.
I've seen everything.
Yeah, it's
Very weird.
very obnoxious because you get this constant sort of like, what do you call it? Like, oh yeah, fucking slaves built this country. You owe them all your money or something. Like silliness. I don't understand it. I do not.
Reparations, dude.
Huh?
Gotta get the reparations.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like suddenly, like
Gotta get those
everybody's saying
reparations, man.
it's just like a recent thing that everybody's talking about that makes no sense. Where you're like, but that's not. Not only is it not true, it's completely illogical.
Yeah. Yeah. Like slave labor, which there's probably a lot of slaves doing it, but they weren't in charge.
Well,
like
no,
they're very clearly like skilled fucking people.
Well, the thing is, it's like it's like if you're talking about building the country, there was a lot of other groups of people that had a lot more to do with building the country than the African Americans who were used as farm labor. You know what I mean? Like it was like, you know, the Chinese built the railroad, the fucking the Irish and the Italians came in, did their shit. Everybody built the country together. There was no one group of people responsible for building the entire nation. It was a team effort. But if you had to pick one group of people above all the others, it would be the pioneers that went off into the wilderness and made like log cabins and then built farms around those cabins. You know what I mean? Like those were the people that built the country, not slaves. More than any other group.
Yeah, and towns were built up in the areas. Yeah, not built by slave labor generally.
Exactly. It's like it's one of those things that's very annoying because it's also like the refusal to accept that like the vast majority of Americans didn't own slaves. Like it was like something like 10% of people owned slaves because they were the ultra wealthy that owned them. It was like most people don't own like a riding lawnmower. And I know that sounds awful because of the way
the people that could afford to buy people.
Yeah, the people that could afford it were few and far between. It was not everybody that had the money for that kind of shit. So it's very obnoxious to me to hear that kind of stuff because it's like it's so demeaning to the amount of work that everybody else did.
Yeah, for the most part, it was whatever class, whatever group of people were deemed the lowest. We're doing all the, he said, the Irish and the Italians. That's what I was thinking, like, I'm like, man, I guess if we all just interbreed to where there's no fucking differences anymore, racism would end. But like, there's still like it seems like human nature to classify groups somehow. So like when it was all white, there was no concept generally of white people because you still had the again and the Irish and the Italians that were viewed as less than. You know what I mean? Deemed to be less than.
Yeah, exactly. That's like saying that the only people who ever suffered were black people. White people never suffered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pretty much any group is gonna have some suffering in their past, dude.
Let's get this over with.
Or they
Well,
also
dude,
like to say white people have no
I
culture.
think you had actually shared it. Yeah, it gets pretty ridiculous. You seen the Shane Gillis, right? The live Boston one. I think you had actually.
Probably.
Maybe. He had a good one about. He's like, it's not it's not like it's a one-time, all or nothing thing. Not right now, but. And I think his joke was like, but yeah, if a cheeseburger cuts you off in traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a really good special if you haven't watched it.
There's a lot of really good comedy on the internet now, it seems like.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites, though. Because it's quite obvious that he views himself as just dumbass. Really insightful fucking comedy.
Yeah, I like
comedians. I guess that's true. Most comics are generally a little fucked up in the head.
I think one of my favorite right now is that Troy Bond guy. He's kind of entertaining in the respect that he, what do you call it? He's half white, half black, but he looks all white.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm vaguely familiar with that guy.
He's very funny because his humor is not political. He just tells fun jokes, observational stuff. Some of it is maybe insulting to some groups of people, and some of it might be insulting to other groups of people. He didn't really pull any punches on anyone, and he doesn't play like the favorites nonsense. Like it's not like I'm only gonna make fun of this group or I'm only gonna make fun of that group. None of that shit. Which I hate. I like people that just make fun of everybody because that makes it a lot more fun for everyone. But he's that guy. And the funnest part is, you'll get people that'll get all super mad because,
South Park kind of hates everybody. It seems like.
Yeah, exactly. And so, it's really fun to watch him when people are like, "Son of a bitch, you're a racist." He's like, "I'm half black. You shut your fucking mouth. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say anymore." Oh, you missed your little chance there to sting, didn't you? He'll just totally lay into it and fucking destroy the people that play the race card. And it's very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, no, especially those.
But
where they're like, "Oh no, everything was funny until you made fun of my groups, and now you're fucking horrible."
I'm pretty sure
I was laughing when you're making fun of everyone else.
I'm pretty sure you said that at one point in one of the shows. Like, you're like, "Oh yeah, it was all funny until I made fun of your group." Oh no, you're special.
Yeah.
And she's like, she was mad, or I don't know. It was pretty entertaining. He's very entertaining in that respect. Some of his jokes don't land as good as others. You're not gonna like everything, but that's just how it is. You know what I mean? You can't expect somebody to just have every single joke be a fucking winner for everyone.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Plus, I think it was pretty early on.
Yeah. But he's a riot.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Speaking of the, yes. Speaking of this comedy thing and outrage, the fuck, I forgot the dude's name, but he apparently he's a really good-looking guy. But anyways, he made a joke about uh coming across some chick with like two black eyes and.
Sorry, you started breaking up as soon as you started telling the joke, ironically.
About it, they had like seen a girl with two black eyes.
Or were you talking about the one where, like, what are you going to tell her? Nothing? Somebody already told her twice or something like that?
No. One where he's just like, I forget what the actual setup was, but the joke was something along the lines of, well, she obviously doesn't know how to cook. Not a great joke, but whatever. But like there was this.
I'm laughing at how dumb the punchline is, not the actual joke.
Huge amount of outrage over that joke. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, like I said, not a great joke.
Yeah.
But it's not making a joke about, you know what I mean? I don't think it's what he genuinely believes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a fucking, it's a punchline. That's it.
That's.
But yeah, there's for it, dude.
I'm hearing more and more comedians talk about that when I watch the Dry Bar stuff. I told you about that YouTube channel, right? Dry Bar.
Yeah, no, I'd been subscribed to it before. Yeah.
Yeah, like not every one of those people
I ended up watching
great.
the Shane
Like, some
Smith
of them are kind of shitty, but like, overall, it's fairly entertaining. You know what I mean? It's like you usually can find a pretty decent gag in there somewhere. So it's not like you don't regret watching the videos.
Yeah, not great, not.
Yeah, not great, not terrible. Exactly. One of the interesting things is though, I see less and less political humor, and more people just talking about just random shit like that's funny on that channel, which is what I prefer. Because you need a break from the politics, man. It can't every single part of your day can't be politics. That's extremely unhealthy for you. You really don't want to live that life.
Yeah. Well, unless you just really enjoy being pissed off all the time. And some people do, quite clearly.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, that does kind of make sense, I guess. You could be... Really? There's a sort of righteous sort of indignation that people can get a lot of endorphin rush from, I think. You're right, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a certain segment of the population seems to go in every situation, just, how can I be outraged by this?
Yeah.
I haven't been angry about anything today. And, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot. There's some video that something along those lines. Yeah, and I basically had made a comment like, yeah, no, the more outrage, the more outraged you are, that means you're a better person, or something along those lines. Yeah, and somebody had commented something like, if you're outraged at things that are messed up, then yeah, it does make you a better person. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're the same awful fucking person or great person or whatever. So yeah, it doesn't actually make you a better person for being pissed off about some bullshit.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It doesn't.
Yeah, but that does seem to be like, oh, if I can get angry. Yeah, the virtuous signaling outrage. Like, you're still a shitty person. If you can virtue signal about some bullshit outrage.
You're the same shitty POS you were 5 minutes before this happened. It's not like
I'm like, I don't know if you don't realize what you're saying.
Suddenly you become like the best person in the world because you got mad about some gay guy getting like not being able to buy a cake.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know if you don't understand what you're saying or what, but yeah, it doesn't actually make you a better or worse person. You're still the same level of bullshit that you were before. So I'm like, I don't think you understand what I'm saying, buddy. Or maybe they did. Maybe they genuinely thought, like, I am now that 12% better of a person because I was outraged over that.
12% better of a person.
Yeah. They actually do math on it. Oh yeah, I gotta mark that down. Gotta make sure I get credit for that one. Increase my social outrage credit score.
Oh yeah, can't.
What was I doing? Oh.
Can't forget to get that social credit score, man.
Indeed.
Yay, I murdered a bunch of shit.
Yeah, well done.
I'll give it a shot.
They probably all deserve to die.
It was pretty easy. It wasn't a lot of effort involved in killing them. There was a genie that was running a fake gambling wheel, and then you steal his magical ring that he's using to rig the game, and he gets mad and teleports you when you then win. To like a weird prehistoric jungle area where there's a bunch of little dinosaurs, but unless you're extremely weak, you're gonna fuck them up. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Yeah, it's gonna be fairly easy to do.
Should have stolen his teleport ring too while you're at it.
Oh, I did. That's how I found it. I had my
nice.
There's a vampire fucking rogue you can take. Wait, am I stealing a body?
Don't want to think about why my eye is itchy.
Oh, I'm stealing a body from that grave. Whoops. I don't really want the body from that grave. I don't know why. I maybe I didn't need to dig that grave up.
Mikkel Hornkiss gave all to the lepers, fell to the malady himself. He is a beacon to us all.
All right.
Oh, I saw an interesting video with Matt Walsh, and I'm losing more and more interest in listening to Matt Walsh fucking talk. He seems dumber and dumber the more you listen. Because he's got that whole like right wing thing of the gender thing, right? Like you just don't tolerate the nonsense. You know, just like they can say whatever the fuck they want, but so can we. So it doesn't matter. You're not obligated to play along with the gender game. Like there's not 5 billion genders. That's bullshit. I get that, but like
yeah, I know.
It kind of illustrates my problem.
I've despised Matt Walsh for a while.
Yeah, it kind of illustrates my problem with the right wing left wing dichotomy, because he was playing a clip, and this was obviously some blue hair fucking left wing dumb bitch, but the way what she was talking about was totally legitimate. She was saying, hold on a sec. I didn't want to take a big long drink of water without saying something lest you worry about being disconnected again. But she was saying that hey, myself and my partner are both like reasonably well educated. We have decent jobs, and we have to choose between paying for rent and for food. We both work full time. We're not like doing nothing lazy expecting a handout, and we can't afford to fucking live. And this is insane, and it's it's getting worse and worse for everybody. Right?
Right.
And she's talking about that, and he's like, oh, well, if you're just fucking lazy. And it's like, you just ignored everything she said. You literally just ignored that because she was the wrong political side. And it was like, and she's pointing out that, corporations are the main problem that we're having right now. They're siphoning money out of the system, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, just because she's on the other side politically doesn't mean that she doesn't have a fair point, and like, you're not addressing her point at all. So it was very frustrating because it's like, I hate these extremely divisive political leaders on both sides, the public leaders of the party on both sides. Like, this is, Matt Walsh is this like really well known, really respected right wing person, and it's like, but he can't like genuinely, what do you call it? Respond to like legitimate concerns that people have, and like argue like fairly with people on the other side. It's like, yeah, all right, you don't like that lady because she's a blue-haired, left-wing propagandist, no doubt, and she's probably dating a woman and something like that. But like, her point is still valid. Because, like, I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, how much is rent now in a lot of places? It's insanely...
Kitchen. Visitors kindly keep to common areas. Food will be served at meal times.
Yeah, it's gotten really bad.
But it's disappointing because...
Bell ringers only past this point.
The majority of people who are like... What do you call it? Just trying to get by. Like, most people really don't fall on either extreme. Like, they're just trying to, make enough money so that they can, pay their rent, have a place, like food to eat, be able to see a doctor when they're sick, or a dentist when their teeth hurt. So it's very frustrating to like.
The cost of living is not keeping up.
Yeah. Well, but that's something we all know. Like, we've talked about that. It's just very frustrating when you have the ridiculous level of political divide to the point where like nobody can even talk with the person on the other side.
Yeah, where you assume that anything they say must be wrong automatically because
left wing, without any actual like justification for that reason.
Left or the right or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you voted the wrong way in the election, therefore everything you have to say is wrong.
Yeah, all your opinions, all your fucking shit has to be wrong. Yep.
Yeah, and Matt Walsh is one of those
people.
Yeah,
it's definitely at the core of a lot of the fucking issues.
Right? Yeah. Like, well, and like, like, compromise needs to be something that can happen too. Like, for instance, we've got this like insane laws right now where like, anybody can just steal anything and there's no real penalty for it. Like, I think we can all agree that doesn't make any fucking sense. And I think a lot of people would be like, we need better laws because clearly, we're losing, we're losing businesses from our neighborhoods. Like, if Walmart leaves this city, where are all the poor people going to get their groceries, kind of thing? Right? So it's like, and I think a lot of people
it's like getting
are
mad at
starting to see that.
Yeah, like people getting outraged that Walgreens or CVS is no longer keeping a store in their area because they're constantly getting shit stolen and it's incredibly unprofitable. And like complaining about that. Like, no, complain about the rampant theft, maybe. And people, you know, creating that situation by just jacking shit because they know in some cases the DA has literally come out and made a point to fucking announce the fact that they're not going to fucking arrest anybody for less than $1,000 worth of theft.
Yeah, and it's like there's a really simple solution to the whole thing, which is what bothers me. Like right, so you have these people who are like they want to make laws based off of their fantasy of how the world is instead of reality. You know, in reality, the vast majority of people who are stealing are just fucking garbage, and they're not good people. You're not going to save them from themselves. You're not going to make them into better people. It's not the most adorable little 12-year-old waif who just wants to steal a loaf of bread so his mommy doesn't starve to death. Like, that's just not who's stealing.
Right.
Like, that's bullshit. That's out of a fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's fucking horse shit, and I get sick and tired of hearing that fucking stereotype. But the thing is, you could really easily make laws that take that into fucking account without any problem whatsoever. And you don't have to just make all theft under a certain amount of money legal. You just say, if somebody is caught for theft, look at what they stole. Was it food? All right, well, if it was food, then you do some further research. Find out how much money they have and whether or not they need some sort of assistance. Was this a crime of desperation to not starve to death? If this was a crime of desperation to not starve to death, fine. I don't have a problem with not punishing that person and maybe giving them some sort of like rehabilitation and then getting them hooked up with government services so that doesn't keep happening. That makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at what they stole and it's a fucking bottle of Jack Daniels, they put them in jail. You know what I mean? Like, it's that simple. It's not hard to do. It's very easy to do that. Like, there's no reason to have like this. The only reason you make laws like that is to encourage theft. There's no other fucking reason whatsoever. Because if I'm able to come up with that and I'm half retarded, right? Like, I don't know. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know anything about laws. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not studying the law. I think most people could hear that and totally understand it and be like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't think that would be even a hard one to sell to both parties. You know, especially now with all these stupid laws about, you know, any kind of theft is okay kind of thing. And it would be super easy to do. You know, it's really easy to say, all right, here's a picture of what they stole, and then, you know, it's a bunch of fucking food, or maybe it's like diapers and formula or something, you know, whatever. It's something that's like, it's not, you know, a television or a fucking blender or something.
Yeah, and even if it is fucking formula or something, like, are they stealing? Like, do they not even have a kid themselves? Are they stealing way more than they could possibly need for whatever kid they may have?
Easy
like,
to
you know what I mean?
out. That's what I'm saying. But those are all things that are super easy to figure out and write down, and say, like, if it's more than 1 week's worth of formula for their own baby, then that doesn't count under the law. It's not that hard to write, you know, some exceptions in there. But it's just very frustrating that, like, no one wants to see that because it's too partisan. You know?
Yeah. Indeed.
But that's just one of my pet peeves that I've been seeing more and more, and it's starting to really get on my nerves. I mean, I wonder if that's just a function of YouTube being like, what do you call it? Like, it's just sort of like
the algorithm feeding you what's going to piss you off.
But just encouraging that sort of divisiveness because people are so, like, unwilling to hear anything from the other party, so they're always wanting to what do you call it?
Yeah, just enjoy the echo chamber.
Yeah, they just want more and more echo chamber stuff, so it just encourages like creators to be more and more biased as opposed to like less biased.
Yeah, I think they mostly want to keep people out engaged.
Yep. And an easy way to do that is to continue to keep them like outraged. So
yeah, they've definitely got the psychologists and shit on staff to fucking teach them how to do that shit. Like, if you do this, it's going to keep more people engaged for longer. And telling them what they don't want to hear is not the way to do it. Yeah, most people just want to hear how right they are.
yeah, exactly. Oh, that's so funny. I watched a video talking about why it's so hard to, or why it's basically pointless to argue with stupid people. The brain is very egocentric. It tends to want to like reject anything that it doesn't already believe, or something like that. Like, I guess for some people, they're dumb and they don't know it because they think they're a lot smarter than they are. Like,
Right.
Like they did a thing where they were doing a study, and so they basically just asked people to estimate their intelligence based on a bunch of tests that they were going to do, and then they went and did the tests, and by and large, the vast majority of the dumbest people rated themselves the highest. So the people that were least capable of doing the tests thought they were the smartest. And it's just like that's apparently like a big why it's such a waste of time to try and like have a debate or conversation with somebody who's just genuinely stupid. And I was like sitting there thinking like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're all but incapable. Yeah, they're all but incapable of recognizing like, oh, maybe I was wrong on this. Maybe I should rethink it. They're like, nah.
Exactly.
I can't possibly be wrong. I'm a fucking genius.
Yeah, like there's a dude I hang out with in VR chat who's like he's a riot. He's fucking funny, and he's from Venezuela. He's a pretty decent dude. And there's this chick that always hangs around with him who's just fucking retarded. But she's like super left wing retarded, so she's always trying to push her shit on other people. And instead of just enjoying the game, she gets all into like stupid politics and stuff. And the other day, I remember asking her, like, "Oh yeah, what kind of books do you like to read? Like, what's your genre?" And she literally just laughed, and said, "Like I fucking read books." And I'm just like, "Well, that explains exactly why you're as stupid as you are." Like I was wondering, like, how did one person get that fucking stupid? Oh, that's how. Like you won't even read a fucking book. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and dude, that's the proudly ignorant.
Yeah, it was like it was shocking to hear somebody that proud of being that fucking dumb. You know what I mean? Like, she was proud of it. Like, she literally thought people that read books were dummies. Like, the way she was saying it, you could tell. And it was just like, oh, you're that level of stupid. I'm never going to waste my time talking with you again. Like, there's just not even a point. But it was just insane. It was like, everybody's dumb about some things, right?
Yeah,
like I'm not going to go to the doctor and then be like, you know, hey, run all these tests and tell me what's wrong with me, and then completely disregard the doctor. That's dumb as fuck, you know? Like, sometimes the doctor's going to be wrong. But most of the time, they're going to have a pretty good idea of what's going on, and they're going to be able to help you out. You know, sometimes they're going to get it wrong, and you do have to be aware of that potential, but, like, you should generally trust an expert. Because if you don't know anything
Yeah,
about
if you go
it,
in,
especially,
if you go into it thinking you know what's wrong with you, and doctor tells you something different, like,
exactly.
you're gonna be like, nah, you know.
Yeah, like I think I have an ulcer, and the doctor's
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Oh shit,
pretty
no, you have
fucked up.
a fucking tumor in your intestines, and we need to operate." The correct answer is, "Oh, when can we schedule that?" The correct answer is not, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I've had ulcers before. I know what I've got. Just fucking give me the ulcer medicine, you quack." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's like one is dumb, the
yeah.
other one
It's
is
very bizarre.
fucking much more intelligent choice. You're gonna live a lot longer the one way. Or like, even if it's just your fucking hallway light stops working and you change the bulb and it's still not working and you're like, fuck, maybe the switch is out. You change the switch, you check that breaker, all the different things you can check that are really, really easy for anyone to do. And none of that works. And you hire a handyman, and the handyman's like, "Oh, well, this is old wiring. Even if I do run a new wire this way, it's gonna get it's gonna be a fire hazard. What I really need to do is put in a whole new conduit for the electrical wiring to go through. Like I have to put in a new pipe or something for the wires to go through, so that it's safe and so that this is less likely to happen again, and you don't have your fucking insulation catch on fire in your walls because the wires are getting hot, right?" Like, you don't tell that guy to go fuck himself. You know, he knows what he's talking about. You hired him for a reason. Presumably, you did enough research to know whether or not it was a good choice to hire that person. But be kind of silly to get him all the way out there and then ignore his expert advice.
Yeah, have him go out there and you just be like, "No, man, knob and tube wiring is fine. Fuck this electrician guy that works on this ship for a living.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep this."
Yeah, we had a neighbor who was a contractor come over to do a little bit of wiring for us. Like, he set up a secondary breaker box because we wanted to install some other stuff in the garage, and we wanted to take some of the load off of the breakers that everything was running through for the kitchen. And so he did that for us and everything, and he did it, the proper way and everything legal. But while he was doing it, he was looking at the wiring around the house and going like, "Y'all, this is the 70s set of wiring. You would not legally be allowed to put this wiring in a house this way now. You might consider getting as much of this as you can, like, redone properly. Just as this, prevent your house from burning down eventually someday." And so we have, a lot of it has been redone. It's like, he knew more than us about it, and we were like, well, that was free advice. Just take it. Take it, like good advice.
Right. Yeah, you don't tell that guy, "Yeah, you know what the fuck you're talking about. It's fine."
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really lucky neighbor that we got to know. Like, it was lucky for us we got to know him, and he was a really good neighbor. That dude definitely helped us out with a lot of shit. Like, we paid him money for it. Like, it wasn't like we were taking advantage of him being there. But he helped us find like good contractors to do other work and stuff like that were like reliable and trustworthy. So it was kind of nice.
Yeah, any of those trades, like a mechanic, electrician, you find an honest one, man, you're fucking lucked out. Not that they're all dishonest, but there's certainly a lot that are.
He is a
yes.
So yeah, you consider. I don't know. I consider myself very fortunate to find an honest mechanic, electrician, any of those trades. Because again, there are certainly a decent chunk of them that are like, "I'm going to take advantage of your, and I'm going to charge you like $2,000 or $3,000 for shit that should only run fucking, $60."
Oh yeah. Oh well, like I feel bad because one of the girls I work with had a thermostat go out in her car, and she was looking at paying like
Alright.
a few hundred to get it replaced. I was just like, oh, that's a fucking lot for a thermostat. But you know what? I'm staying out of this. None of my fucking business.
Yeah, no, I remember one summer I was, the AC was out in my car and I was saving up money, you know.
Ooh, I've done a heater core before. That's a pain in the ass. A heater
and then
core
I brought
makes
it into
sense.
the, you know, the honest mechanic that we know.
Oh no, you're talking about different.
Yeah,
things.
but anyways,
so the thermostat
like,
is a part
finally,
of the car that goes in the engine, and it basically just tells the temperature of your coolant and when your coolant should be pumped and when it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because you were talking about the heater core, and I'm like, the heater
No,
core
my
is a
point
whole
is, like, I
different ball
finally
of
got
wax.
enough. No. Yeah, no, it's it was the AC, and I finally, you know, like, I'm all right. I got enough money saved up, so I'm gonna go fucking get it done. And I fucking, I bring it in. He's, oh, yeah, no, this thing just kind of got disconnected. So I reconnected.
Oh, he was that kind of mechanic. Level
$80.
Let me touch the animals.
So basically, again, yeah.
Maybe steer clear.
That's the best kind of mechanic.
I'm like, dude, I gave him an extra 40. I'm like, dude, there's, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You find someone like that, and you're like, okay, I feel very fortunate to have found this. So I know I can trust this guy because
Don't get too
close. Anybody like $2,400 or something.
You look tasty.
And again, all they do is just re-screw in that one piece and pretend like they had to do a bunch of fucking shit. So yeah, that was my point. Just that it is definitely nice when you find those people.
Good. My time comes. I will show you. All of you.
God damn, talking to animals was one of the best decisions in this game. There has been so many times where, like, my entertainment value in Baldur's Gate 3 has been improved because I had my character drink a potion of animal speaking. Because it's one of those things that lasts until you go to sleep for the night, so it's like you can just permanently talk to animals for like a really long time.
Nice.
And it's great. Like, you just show up and you're like, oh look, there's a cat over there, and you talk to the cat, and it's fucking hilarious. Like, the cats are fucking bonkers. Like, you go in there, there's one, and it's like named Steel Claw, and it's like stay the back or I'll fucking cut you, bitch. You know, like, this cat's out of its fucking mind, aggressive, and just it's great.
God. Yeah.
Or you talk to the rats, and they're like, you know, you should drink the stuff from the fucking bottle over there. That shit fucks you up. It's great. You know, like, they're all just a bunch of little junky rats or something. Just wackiness.
See.
That's fucking great.
But it is a lie. Every one of you is vicious. You kill my mate. Steal my
I'm gonna go kick out the blood horkers.
Break
the
Oh, you're going seal hunting?
You all die. Soon.
That's fucking with all the East Empire Company shipping. But then, like, one of the families in Helm, I guess, is like secretly in league with these pirates that are companies shit. So it's one where their hideaway is like some island out in the fucking Sea of Ghosts or whatever. So now I'm at their spot. I'm about to take out their sorcerer leader or whatever, their battle mage leader. I think it was part of the DLC. I don't think it was in the original game. I'm pretty sure it was a DLC thing.
Could be. I don't know. It's been. I haven't
But
really
yeah,
played that game in quite a while, so like I don't remember. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking DLC.
Your flesh through bars.
yeah, I don't think this was part of the original, but I could be wrong. Either way, yeah, it's like an island that's just out. Like you can't get to the island any other. It's only during this mission. So it's one of those kind of weird ones.
Now.
But yeah, that's the name of their band. They're the Blood Horkers.
Don't get too close.
That's a fucking name. That's a real good name there.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking odd.
Gotta say, great name.
Yeah, I guess
great
in
name.
the maybe in the Elder Scrolls universe, yeah, Horkers must be much more of an issue than they appear to be. Seeing as how to escape them, all you got to do is walk slowly away. Seeing how they're super fucking slow. But maybe I'm missing something.
Interesting.
Maybe they're much more. So I don't even think if you're over encumbered, I still don't think they'd catch you.
Oh, makes sense, yeah.
They keep moving. Right. God damn. Fucking master locks. Hey, I got it in like the third try. Nice.
I don't know what that is, Peanut, but it's not.
Where are they? Where are you? But yeah, I always like going in the like the back way in these things. You can get right to the main person, like instead of having to go through the whole fucking mission. God damn, they have a lot of iron maces laying around. All right. Yeah. When you played these, did you ever fuck around with the vampire?
The vampire stuff? I never did the being a vampire thing.
Do you know why? Why? Because with him, anything is possible.
Yeah, me either.
Hey!
Oh no, I think I did it once, but I very quickly decided I did not want to.
I'm not even sure clowns.
You kind of have to, right? For a little bit. Like even if you're gonna destroy the vampires, they kind of make you join them at first.
I don't. Damn it!
Yeah, Harkon is like, all right, I guess we're done. If you're, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But yeah, it's like
I think
play
you have
as
to
it,
be a vampire for like a couple of missions, and then you can go get the cure, right?
Yeah, the guy in Morthal, is accusing of whatever he's being accused of.
He got the stuffing kicked out of him.
Yeah, he can.
Oh, you're all
but yeah, you definitely.
I've had a wonderful time.
I don't need to do it.
I have to go.
You don't have to stay a vampire.
If you insist.
God damn, this sucks.
A magic trick. But first, I need a volunteer with nerves of steel and the heart of a lion.
Yeah, so yeah, you don't have to do it very long, and yeah, play around. And I'm like, this sucks. The werewolf thing gets old pretty quick too. I'm like,
oh god,
I can do it.
I did the werewolf thing. Because you do the quest for the
it's cool for like 5 minutes.
But it's so underpowered.
Yeah, the companion.
It's the same thing with the vampire.
Yeah, it really is.
You're just weak as fuck.
Yeah, I remember trying to go through. It's the what is it? The Silver Hand, I think, are the ones that are trying to kill all the werewolves. I did not realize that you don't have to transform into.
Now, up, double sharp. Poor buddy will think you.
So I was trying to go through the mission. I was like, you don't have to do. You don't have to give it. Like, you can just go in regular and just fucking kill them.
Perfect.
I'm like, oh. Well, all right then.
Yeah,
it's a million times
go
easier.
join the vampire hunters and just go murder all the vampires. Yeah, it's way easier. Somebody else just joined us. Who was
yeah, well, no, I was thinking of the werewolf one.
Oh, either way.
No, of course.
What's this about werewolves?
I'm not even remembering.
Oh,
when I was trying to go through, because you go trying to go a werewolf, and I didn't have to do that. So yeah, my son had to point that out to me. They're like, you don't have to be a werewolf. Forget whatever the chick that comes with you is doing. You can just stay a normal person with really good armor.
Yeah.
Now, you're very special. As special as can be. Does anyone know why? Why? You're special, my friend.
I said it's cool for, again, about 5 minutes. You're like, oh wow, I'm really fast. And I can... Like when you first do it, you're like, I think... and then, like, I think as soon as you get outside of the city gates, it flashes to, like, the next morning. I'm like, wow, you got pretty wild. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. But yeah, other than that, it sucks. Hey, Samaj, how's things?
Well, I can barely understand you. Keep roboting. Besides that, I'm all
damn
right.
it, again. Noise.
I actually thought you were roboting there for a second. Yeah, could just be a thing there. I guess I wouldn't worry about it too much.
It's kind of hard to tell the difference.
Kinda.
Yeah, my connection sucks. Nothing new there.
It is what it is. I just came back from the gym. I did shoulder day, and boy, it sucks to pick stuff up. I have to be cautious whenever I do something.
Oh, you got the sore.
Yeah, sore shoulders fuck you up, dude.
See, I've always had weak shoulders, so like I really have to put the effort in to try and bulk them up. Did I ever tell you guys about Shoulder Guy?
No, you never said anything about shoulder anybody?
Not that I can recall.
So there's this guy.
I don't believe so.
So there's this guy. He has this theory about like trying to pick up chicks and everything. And the theory is that women visually, because sometimes I think you have to do a full body workout just to try and get ripped and get hot girls. His theory is that all I gotta do is have the right outline. And so what he thinks he should do is he would go out and make like kind of like a T-shaped thing. So he would just go to the gym. He'd only work out shoulders, and it worked. And so he'd wear like a black shirt, and it would sort of create like this T-like pose, this T-like shape, so that way you see the shoulders and it goes down towards the waist. But when he takes off his shirt, I mean, he's all flabby and there's nothing there. But you think he might be fit because his shoulders are so big. And so that...
Hilarious.
And it works. Now, it doesn't always work. Like, he'll get there, like, he'll bring a chick home, take off his shirt, and then they see nothing but flab. And they all get excited because they always think he's, like, fucking ripped. And it turns out, nope. Nope, he's flabby. So sometimes
It's usually chest that people work on.
Yeah, usually
people get a
No surrender.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, he tried to game the system. So he's like, okay, if I just do shoulders, let's see what happens. And according to him, it works. So yeah, do the shoulders. Wear a black T-shirt. Don't be like really fat. And then that's the minimum. That's all you gotta do.
Seems reasonable enough to me.
Yeah.
Fuck everything else. Shoulders it is. There was a fucking Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode like that, but it wasn't the shoulders. It was they were talking about working out, and they were talking about like, oh, he only does glamour muscles.
At least we didn't kill a real clown.
And it was like so it was like I think for that was the arms and the chest.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of entertaining. It's funny that there are people like that in real life.
Well, they're not wrong. I mean, the goal is to try to get laid, not to actually, be functional in society.
You started that fight. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. You're a
well, yeah, by the time they find out the rest of it's all flab, it's too late to say no. It would just be rude. Like, I don't want to fuck you anymore because the rest of you is not in shape.
Exactly.
Fight good. Doppelganger.
But hey, that's the thing, and I like that. You want to game the system? Go for it.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with gaming the system if you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone subscribes.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to murder this guy, aren't I?
Some would say it's bad, like it's false advertising and all that. But I'm like, yeah, but chicks are allowed to wear makeup, so I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well you get those people. Everybody gets mad about like the little lies that people tell when they're dating.
The attack is.
Yeah.
It's like the chicks that get mad about the guys that lie about being better off than they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nah, everybody's figured out that there's this little game that you play, and they, use it to try to, justify, like to get laid. Like that's what everybody does. We all know it.
Mm-hmm.
How did the despicable cheetah enjoy her vacation?
Yeah, let's face it. Most of you women, you're far less attractive. There's plenty that are just naturally beautiful, but yeah, I've seen too many women with and without makeup to think that most of them are just naturally beautiful.
Yeah. Well, like the really beautiful women, there's not a lot of them. There's, like most women are just okay. But they don't like being just okay. They like to think they're more attractive than they really are.
Yeah, so they get really good at they get really good at applying the makeup in a way that makes them as attractive as possible.
Is that blood?
Or appear as attractive as possible.
Yeah, well, a lot of women are just delusional. Speaking of like delusional, I don't know this woman's name. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Whatever podcast. The guy there, the host, he brought in some overweight woman one time, and she was like, she thought she was like really hot or something. And
really quick, is it the chick with the pink shirt?
Yes.
Job of the slut, I like to call her.
She looks like a fucking land whale. I mean, like, what the fuck are you doing, woman? Why would you go out?
Yeah, even if she wasn't fat, she's not attractive.
Like
yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, there are women who carry a few extra pounds, and it's not actually unattractive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it works for them, Yeah. But like, there's some who are just like, oh wow, like that's crazy. Like I'm like way too fucking fat. Like I'm not in that attractive fat range at all. But like, at least I don't have the fucking delusions, At least I'm not like, oh, I'm the sexiest man alive. I'm gonna date fucking I don't know who's the really attractive woman right now. I don't know who it is, but whatever that chick's name is.
Doesn't matter.
it's hard because so many like Hollywood has hired so many ugly women.
The illusion of women is fake. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'll just say like it's hard to say who's the most beautiful woman right now because a lot of people in Hollywood are just they're hiring very mediocre, not very attractive looking women.
Oh, I just meant like whoever the hot commodity is because like obviously like that person would be dating somebody way beyond like my class. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what
as far
I'm
as
saying
like your
is
range of what you can and can't date. A lot of people are fucking clueless on it now.
Well, what I'm saying is that there's a lot more people who are clueless because they don't know who's the most attractive because there's not a lot of attractive. A lot of women in Hollywood nowadays are ugly as fuck. Like I shouldn't say ugly as fuck, just very meh. Like Brie Larson, who's just in the Marvels there, she's a very meh woman. She's not that attractive.
Dude, I love Latina women, and I do not attractive at all. I think she's pretty fucking ugly.
Oh, Brie, yeah,
Brie it's weird. It's almost like she looked all right in Scott Pilgrim. So, like when she was younger, she was more attractive, I guess. She's not aging well. Whatever she is doing is not conducive
she has some
to
like gnarly
aging
looking
gracefully.
feet or something. I see pictures of her with like sandals on or something, and it's supposed to be pretty horrific.
Yeah, dude, she has fucking finger toes. She has finger toes. They're like long, like fucking fingers, dude. I wish I had forgotten about that. God damn you! And I'm gonna be haunted by them. Yeah, dude, they're fucking super long, dude. They look like fucking fingers. Yeah, I had completely forgotten about that, you fucking asshole.
You're welcome, finger toes.
Now I'm going to spam the fucking. I am now going to spam the Discord with them. Brie Larson feet. Yeah, and she lets them be photographed, dude. It's fucking. Although I guess if you're a foot fetish guy, like shit like that is actually.
Oh yeah, no
like it
doubt.
seems like those people.
There is no doubt in my
Did you already
mind
do it?
there's a bunch of people like, masturbating to her feet. Like that's. Like, come on, obviously that's going on. Like that's just, you know. It's the internet. There are people masturbating to Brie Larson's feet, like right now. Like at this moment.
God, they're fucking gross.
Aren't you glad to know that, you know?
I know that was something else. Okay, I thought somebody was posted a pic of them.
No,
let me find a. Yeah, this is the one, I think. They're fucking front and center, dude. Holy shit. Okay, this is the one I was looking for. Perfect. Here, I'll post it in the Discord so they can haunt your fucking dreams too, you fucker. Dude, like her big toe is like a fucking thumb. Like a fat thumb.
Oh, now I'm going to look and I'm going to regret looking. I know it.
Yep. Yeah, this one, here's another one for you. Here's another nice one that shows the finger tonus.
Finger tonus?
Dude. It really almost looks like... Jesus, dude. Like, if you just move the fucking toe up a foot a little bit, it would look like fucking hands. You're welcome.
Oh, I feel like I'm going to regret scrolling this far down. Oh, did you like the place I linked to you for your, when you were talking about those bra ads you received?
What the fuck was it? I know I saw it. Why am I not remembering it? Oh, the breast augmentation. Okay.
From Tucson, Arizona.
I didn't check into that.
I didn't just random clinic. I wanted one that was in Tucson, Arizona.
It's pronounced Tucson.
It's pronounced Tucson. Thank you. Oh, I can barely see your feet in that one. That doesn't count. That photo is they're so small.
Do you actually click on it?
Yeah, they're so small. The photos are so small you can barely see. No, you can tell from the little. I'm not really going to zoom in. You can tell though. Yeah, they do look weirdly long. Like wow.
Yeah.
Once her star is waned, she could do foot porn, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, dude.
Flash kids.
Some
Oh,
guy's
I've
gonna
seen
pay her
that
like
furry
10
bait and
grand to
switch.
steal a banana.
That's a hilarious.
Some guy's gonna pay her a lot of money to steal a banana with his feet.
Yeah. She probably could. Those are some pretty fucking agile looking toes. I don't know if that's the right word for
Yeah.
it.
Prehensile.
Yeah,
prehensile. Like how some animals can use their tails to grab.
Oh, what was this? I saw this little short here that was because I don't want to talk about Brie Larson's fucking feet anymore. But this is another one of those things where, like, just because someone's an asshole doesn't make them wrong. You know, like it was this Karen lady who's like pointing out that this lady who's doing playing the harp for money on the street is a beggar. And they're like, no, I'm a performer. It's like, nah, you're a beggar.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody has to pay you to see it. You're just hoping people are willing to pay you after they've seen it. You know what I mean? Like, that's begging. You're begging for money.
Although I do
you're doing it in a more pleasant way, and you're probably going to make more money because people are more inclined to enjoy what you're doing. And I don't fucking care. Like, I'm not saying it's wrong. But just because that lady was a bitch that pointed it out, like, just doesn't mean you're not a beggar and you're a performer. Nah, it's like,
yeah. Although I do feel like I do like that there is a separate term for it between begging and busking or whatever.
Yeah, I always call it busking. Yeah, because they're at least performing some sort of service. Like you get to hear a nice song, or if it's like a juggler or something, you get to see something entertaining.
Straight up. Yeah, but it is ultimately begging.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, unless people have to pay you before they get to watch it, what you're doing is begging because you're hoping people will give you money without any obligation. Which is why it's called begging. You're not obligated to give that person money. They're just hoping you'll be willing to out of the kindness of your heart.
Since they're doing it on the street and not like in an amphitheater or something.
Yeah,
there's a pretty significant distinction.
Yeah, John Bon Jovi gets.
Well, I'm not good enough to actually get Right.
Oh, you hear they fucking arrested
not a lot of people
Tommy Robinson again.
Yeah, more Tommy Robinson's in the news again.
Yeah, like apparently there were some riots in Dublin, and they were like, "What? Tommy Robinson is in London. We have to arrest him now." Not really sure why, but apparently that was what was necessary.
Oh god, that guy could just he could fart on a train and they'd arrest him for it. They keep looking for some reason to get him. It's just nothing ever sticks. So whatever.
All right. I do not remember who Tommy Robinson is.
He was the guy who became popular because he was railing against the whole immigration that was going on, the Syrian refugees. And they keep bringing in all these people. Then they had the whole, I guess I can't say the word, grape gangs are going around assaulting women.
Oh, you mean the rape gangs? Yeah. Okay. Oh, is that one of those like you're not allowed to use that word things? Oh shit.
Yep. You can't say that word. Not allowed to.
Yeah, because if you say that word, people are going to do it because that's how that works. They don't have a choice. The second they hear it, they're just obligated to go out and find somebody to grape.
I'm busy. Mind your.
Yep, it's one of those words. But anyway, yeah. So they had the whole stuff going on. He was talking about all like looting and all the incidents that have been going on. It's been a real problem.
He was really popular when they what was it where they did that fucking holiday that they have in the Middle East where like they go out and grape all sorts of people.
Oh yeah, they did.
It's like a fucking festival where all the young men just go out and grape away, and it's supposed to be okay or something.
It's a
Yeah, I don't know.
it's a game that they play. Is what it was referred to.
Supplies are short.
Yeah.
And it was like it's something you do to foreigners and all that. So that's essentially what happened. There was a horrific video. Can't remember if it was here in Canada or if it was like in the UK, where like this whole group it was like a New Year's celebration. People were out to see the fireworks, and this whole group just started launching fireworks in the crowds. And then there was this woman who was being dragged down into the subway, and you could just see her screaming as you could see all these. It was a horrifying image. It still haunts me. But yeah, that.
Well, they had riots in Dublin, or not Dublin, but in Ireland, I think in general. I'm not sure what city it was in, because of a bunch of attacks of immigrants attacking kids, stabbing a bunch of kids.
Well, and that leads on to the thing I was trying to bring up was about Conor McGregor. You guys heard about him recently?
Yeah, he's in hot water because he was saying like, "Fuck these people, we're at war now with these motherfuckers."
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty fucking reasonable.
Well, yeah, but then now the government in Ireland is trying to charge him with like hate crimes or something.
Yeah,
so I can't remember. It's that whole trumped up like you can't say this about any group or whatever. Like, oh, okay. Well,
the hate speech laws are fucking getting worse and worse and worse over in Europe. It's really bad.
Well, yeah, it's going to get worse, but that's mostly because like they're losing, because people are waking up. They're tired of all this, so now they're on their.
Oh yeah, there were fucking riots. People are obviously fucking cluing in. Like hell yeah.
Yeah, and so like what's going to be going on is like things are going to get a lot worse real soon, and that's just because they have to do what they can to maintain the fear and maintain the power over the people, and it's not going to work. They're losing it. They're losing it. So that's why things are going to get a lot crazier, probably in the years to come. I say that because like this is going to take years. But,
it's not going to be solved overnight. That's for sure. Yeah, no, obviously. One of the interesting things is what do you call it? All the vaccine stuff is falling apart.
Yep.
I'm under strict orders to speak to no outsiders.
Yeah, all that's it's fallen right before our eyes. Scratches. It's fascinating to see.
Scratches and belly rubs.
You see, where was it in like New York where they're literally going to start wanting to put people in camps for not being vaccinated or something?
Oh no, the governor wanted the governor wanted to be able to do that in the future. Like they're trying to make laws that will enable that. Like so that in the future, you would if the governor determined that you were a danger to society for arbitrary, like there was no real like reason per se. It was kind of arbitrary.
Oh, yeah.
They would be able...
Oh, yeah, danger. Yeah, a threat to public health.
Yeah. They could just put you in they could just imprison you for like 6 months without any sort of like trial of any kind. Which is obviously unconstitutional. You can't just put somebody in prison because you want to. There has to be some sort of trial. Like, and the other thing is there already are laws about that. So like... You could, if somebody is, like, say if somebody has, like, Ebola or something, you can confine them to the hospital. Or, like, into quarantine or something. Like, if you have to legally do it, if they won't voluntarily do it, you can prevent them from just running around and spreading Ebola to everybody. Like, there are already laws that cover that. They're already in the books. They just wanted to make it so that there was no, nothing you do beforehand, like no trial, no any sort of thing. It was just whenever the governor feels like it, it's just done without any actual proof or evidence of any kind. Because, like you'd have to test positive.
Yeah, it seemed like they wanted it seemed like they wanted the language to be so vague that it could be applied to what the fuck they wanted to apply it to.
Hard to send letters by road when there's a rampaging army of fanatics bearing down on you.
Was the impression I got. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. I watched a video on it, and the person was talking about how like there already are laws. This is ridiculous. It's like some of the videos I watched in Ireland about them talking about the hate laws and stuff were One of the things that they're trying to get pushed through now is more laws about hate speech because of the riots and stuff like that.
It's like, yeah, oh, you're passionate about what just happened? Well, you're not allowed to talk about it.
Yep.
It's quite clear to a lot of citizens that the government is not to be trusted. It's clearly, trying to the.
Oh yeah, even my mom, who's super hardcore lefty lunatic, for the longest time is finally starting to realize, like, oh, maybe they're all fucking liars. Like, it's not about, like, what party you believe in or whatever. It's a dog and pony show to keep people voting and happy and not murdering them and replacing them with people that actually do the job. Like, that's what that's for, It's
all
kind of nice.
It's all a distraction.
It's a form of control, dude, and trying to get rid of.
I'd be much obliged. Any letters you find,
people being allowed to do what they want,
unopened,
for the most part.
And there's some gold in it for you.
Yep. Well, and this whole thing that's been going on the last year or so, like we had the whole Ukraine stuff happening, like that all was just a show. I don't believe it. I don't believe it was any real thing. Just a giant distraction, and also a good reason to launder money to the Ukraine.
Oh yeah, any excuse to give more money to the Ukraine. I mean, they paid off Biden, so they get their money now.
Something good here, I hope.
Exactly. I'll be right back. Just gotta do something.
Rightio. And then there's also the whole thing where Hunter just recently they're talking about extraterrestrials again, because Hunter just got a bunch more money.
Mm-hmm. They needed that distraction. They're like, yeah, put out some more UFO footage. Make sure they forget all about how corrupt our fucking family is.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I said respond.
Oh yeah, no worries. But it seems like there's something going on between the Bidens and China now, because that's who they recently got all that money off of from China.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they need to do something. So, because they're losing money.
Let's see. Oh, I saw the fucking wackiest thing before we go, because it's about time to go. But have you seen those fucking candle lantern, those candle heater things they try to get you to build, with various different shit, like pottery or metal or whatever?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the video. I saw what you had posted, but I didn't watch it.
I hate the fucking way that they always present it. So they always try to make it seem like you're going to get more out of the candle than the candle can put out if you do this magical thing and put it in a fucking, underneath a ceramic pot or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, you're just going to get the same amount of heat because a candle puts out, X amount of heat. That's just what it puts out. And that's all it's ever going to put out.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter if, you burn it under something, on something, in this other thing. It's not going to change the amount of heat it puts out. It may slow the dispersion of the heat to the air around it, but you're not going to actually get more heat out of the candle than one candle will provide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the total heat is going to be the same.
It's going to be the same, whether you eke it out and it's less heat over a longer period of time or more heat over a short period of time. It's still a total amount of heat that can't be increased or decreased because it's energy. So it's only as much as you get as fuel.
Works.
And it was so funny because this guy
it's something like about copper.
Yeah, this one is with copper and sand. So his whole thing is he saw a video about somebody who did solar sand heat batteries. So it's a bunch of sand in black containers that get heated up by the sun, and then he uses that to like heat up his pools. Like water goes through them or something, it's piped through, and it's like, well, yeah, because you're getting energy from the sun. So he wants to build these things with little candles in his fucking greenhouse, and it's like, no, you're just putting a fire hazard in your greenhouse, dude. You're not getting free heat. You're just, the candles, like, you could just burn candles without putting all the extra shit, and it would heat your greenhouse the same amount. Like, you don't need to buy all the extra shit. It was just weird. I don't know. It's weird how many people do that, and it's like, it's kind of sad because there's like, it's a big thing in like the prepper community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it makes sense if you're talking about buying like a lantern that's supposed to help provide light and then disperse the heat slower for like a tent, because you're in an enclosed area and one candle will probably put off enough heat to heat up the tent enough for you to be comfortable inside of it. But like in your house, you shouldn't be building little like ceramic devices with a bunch of candles in it, because you're going to burn your fucking house down. Like you just
well, when you have to remember, like, people are looking for alternate solutions because the price of everything has gone up, and heating your home in some places is not an option. Because
no, and I don't have an objection to them wanting to heat the home with like candles, but making these weird makeshift things that are supposedly increasing the candles' efficiency doesn't do anything. You're better off just burning the candles. You're not making any difference by adding all the ceramic and other parts. And it's much, much safer to just put a candle in a candle holder and burn that in a room to help warm it up. Because if you've ever burned like 5 candles in like a regular bedroom, you'll raise the temperature like 5-10 degrees. It's a lot more than you would think.
Well, yeah, but it's an exposed open flame,
which is still safer than adding all the other shit. Trust me, like.
Well, not
because
really.
You can observe it. It absolutely is. It's fucking statistically proven. Like, having a regular candle in a candle holder is much safer than building makeshift pottery and throwing fucking candles in it and then walking away.
Well, you're just putting a ceramic thing on top of it. You're not actually.
Well, they're building things where it's like a weird, like, you put all the candles in this thing and then you stack all these things on these bricks, and like they're doing all sorts of wacky things that are just. Well, you're also throwing money away if you're doing this for a budget. A candle holder is a couple of cents. You're spending like $20 on pottery that you could use to buy food. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just such a waste in every way. It's just irritating because there's so much. It's just, I don't know, man. Buy a lantern. If you want a fancy thing that's going to heat up a room, buy like a storm lantern. It's much, much safer.
I mean, maybe. I mean, we're also talking about affordability here. Certain candles are actually a lot cheaper.
Well, if you're going to put out $20 in pottery, you could put out $20 on Amazon and buy a storm lantern, and then the paraffin oil is relatively cheap.
Yeah, but a lantern, okay, how many lanterns do you need to heat a room? 1. Yeah, and then you have multiple rooms. So you need multiple ones.
Yeah, it would be the same thing with the candles. You're going to have to buy as many candles it takes to fill each room, plus you're buying pots to put in each room with the little setup.
Yeah, but you can get like 100. Well, it depends on where you go, but you can get like a bag of 50 candles at the dollar store.
Yeah,
like the little tea lights. What I'm saying is like, and you don't have to like. I know that you're probably thinking like the big pottery stuff. You can get small ones also at the dollar store for like 25 cents. What I'm getting at here is that budget wise, it's cheaper, and it's probably more.
Wait, because then buying a lantern. Yes, I'm just saying like. If you just bought the candles and candle holders, that's all you need. You don't have to add all the pottery stuff, and it's much safer to be
the pottery
able to see the flame at all times than it is to not.
Well, the pottery stuff is sort of a way to trap the heat in, because when you lean the heat up and it just sort of exposes, what I'm getting at is that it makes it last a little bit longer, and it gets you less exposed to the flame.
Yeah, you can't make it last. I mean, it can. So look, a candle, let's say a candle puts out 100 units of heat. right? You're never going to make 100 units of heat into more than 100 units of heat from a candle. It doesn't matter if you burn it under a pot or in a special jar or whatever. It's only going to put out that much heat. It doesn't make a difference if you do it under a pot or just burn the candle itself. You're still getting that total amount of heat.
Mm-hmm. Well, tell you what, there's an easy way around this.
Yeah.
You can both do a trip to the dollar store and then test it out. It's not that expensive.
Oh, I have candles all over I have candles in my room right now. Like I always have like a box of fucking tea lights. Because, power goes out, something like that. It's always good to have some candles around. You never know when you might need them.
Yeah. Just test it out.
It's like you should always put tea lights in, what do you call it? Any kind of go bag, you should have 1 or 2 tea lights at least.
Yeah. And so we have no excuse not to test this out.
No, I've lit candles in my room. Like, you light 3 candles in my
I know
room,
that, but
it'll go from 70 degrees to like 75 real fucking quick.
Yeah, but have you done the pottery thing?
Have I done the pottery thing?
Yeah. Have you tried it?
No, because I know how thermodynamics work. You can't up or change the amount of heat that you get out of the candle in any way. It will always give you the same amount of heat.
Right. Yeah, no, I got you. Why not just test it out? Prove to them that they're full of shit. I'm calling you out on this.
Oh, you're
stuff.
saying I should do it like an actual fucking like.
Yeah, you got the materials. Do it.
No, I'm not going to go buy a bunch of
parts there you
to prove
go.
that something that's wrong is wrong.
Therefore, they're automatically wrong.
Actually, so glad.
No, it's called science, though. I mean, it's not like a case of.
It's experimentation, the scientific method.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if you could find that on the internet, though. Like, I doubt you need like me to do it. I'm sure it's out there.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, why not just try it out? All I'm saying is like, okay, yes, you're right. There's a lot of crazy shit out there right now because we live in unstable times, and it's like, well, there are things out there that we like to think are like. Trying to think of what a current example. I've tried some things from the internet that I thought was crazy, and it turns out that it's actually not that bad. Oh yeah, like the breathing exercises I've been trying recently. Have you guys heard about the breathing exercises?
No, I've not heard about breathing exercises.
So the idea is that that when I go to the gym and that kind of stuff. The idea is that when you go into the gym, before you do between all your reps, because you have do 10 reps and then you take a break, do another 10, take a break. Each one, stop, take 10 deep breaths through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Do that 10 times. You'll have an easier time doing it. So I tried it out. It fucking worked. And I thought this was absolute bullshit, but it fucking worked. So I thought, well, okay. So then I tried a few other things that have been going on, like what's this? How's you pronounce it? Turmeric. I bought this like turmeric powder or whatever else. It's a thing you add to your coffee every day, and it's more that what do you call that?
It's like a natural anti-inflammatory.
Thank you. Natural anti-inflammatory.
Oh
yeah. So all this stuff, which I always thought was complete bullshit, I'm trying it out. I actually am feeling a lot better. It does actually seem to be doing something.
Yeah, I believe turmeric is one of those things where like it's actually been tested and it is anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, and
you'll have doctors recommend it. It's not like one of those BS things like
yeah.
What was the one that was really popular? St. John's wort, I think, for depression.
When
they actually did studies, it turned out it really just didn't really do anything. It was just like a tea that some people like and some people don't.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more like what I'm getting at here is that a lot of these things that I've been poo-pooing my entire life, it's similar to what's going on with you and this kind of stuff. I'm thinking, just give it a go. Why not? We got nothing to lose. And I've just because I've kind of been like shooken on my beliefs on some of these things because I'm like, I can't just disregard it automatically just because I think it's crazy. Just because something looks or that I may think it doesn't mean it's not true, or there might not be something to it. Because I'm trying.
But you can look and read things in a book, where people have already done the experimentation, that they know how these things work. Like, there are laws that we understand about, like, how things work, like, just factually. If you put two gears together and one's half the size of the other gear, you're going to get a certain difference in leverage. We know these things, and thermodynamics is one of them.
Some of the things that we do believe to be, like, good stuff, we also found out was actually garbage. Like, drink 8 glasses of water a day, or 6 glasses of water a day. We found out that's pure bullshit. And you do more damage to yourself if you were to do that, because the human body really only needs about maybe 1 cup a day.
Oh yeah, no. I work in mental health. We have clients that use. So one of the ways you can, if you ever are forced to take psych meds and you don't want to, and you have no way of getting them out of your system, you can actually flush them by drinking enough water. It will actually get the psych meds out of your system. And so we've had clients that do that. The only problem is, it also flushes a whole lot of other shit you really need, like potassium and sodium and magnesium, the main salts that your body needs. So be really aware, if you are going to do that, you want to take a lot of extra of that into your diet. But yeah, I've had clients do that. It's really fucking bad.
Oh yeah. Well, and like we're learning so much more about what's like alternative medicines and stuff, and a lot of it's a lot more interesting.
Some of it, some of it turns out to be right, and some of it doesn't, because every medication we have is I think started out as some sort of plant-based remedy, right? Like acetaminophen came from like willow bark tea, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Aspirin, but yeah.
Yep. So there's
is it not acetaminophen? I thought aspirin was the product.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Acetaminophen was like the chemical name. I could be wrong too, because I know there's like Tylenol.
Yeah, no,
so aspirin might be an actual chemical
Tylenol,
thing too.
Yeah. I don't trust my memory. Said anything?
No, I genuinely don't know that one. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, no.
I thought aspirin was from willow bark, but I could be mistaken. Maybe it's both. I have no idea what acetaminophen's from, to be honest with you.
I'm looking it up right now because I'm genuinely curious now. Yeah, aspirin and Tylenol belong to different drug classes. Aspirin is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, NSAID, and Tylenol is an analgesic, and Tylenol is acetaminophen. Yeah, aspirin. They are different things. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
While both
but they can
acetaminophen
both
and
still
aspirin
be
help
from
to reduce
willow
pain and
bark.
fever, there are two different medications. It's aspirin from willow bark. I mean, I don't want to be wrong. Like, that would be.
Well, it's not the biggest deal in the world either way.
Really, you're just
no, aspirin is not from willow bark. It is acetaminophen.
Yeah, but all you're really doing is you're saying that there was a natural method before it became.
Cool. Yeah.
What?
See.
What's that, Dequa?
I said no. Aspirin is not from willow
go
bark.
ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, I know, but we were talking earlier about the whole like things start off with natural, then before it became this part. So we all know that. We didn't just like.
Wow! Okay. I was way off. Yeah, I should not trust my memory. In fact, the starting material for aspirin is benzene derived from petroleum. Wow. I don't know how much wronger I could have been about that one. Yeah.
The medication thing, I work with a lot of different medications, so I've had to like do a lot of like checking into stuff.
Yeah,
so
because I was quite mixed up in my head.
Like I was talking to a guy at VR chat, and he got really, really fucking stoned.
Yeah, that's
like,
why as soon as you
and went to the hospital, and he was like, and then they gave me these pills that made me feel better. I'm like, was it lorazepam and Seroquel? He's like, that sounds really right. He's like, I did sleep for 24 hours. I'm like, it was probably the lorazepam and Seroquel. Because that'd be what you give to somebody.
Is fucking Jesus.
But if somebody's freaking out and panicking and they think they're dying, it's like, you know what? Some Seroquel might help.
Simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's an antipsychotic. Because I remember, like, in rehab, they would give it to us as a fucking sleep thing. And I would take, like, I was at 150 milligrams at one point. And it was fucking me up, dude. Like, I would get up in the middle of the night and, like, walk past the bathroom and into the kitchen and piss in the kitchen sink. So I knocked this down. There's a bitch that was in there that took it as an antipsychotic. She took 500 milligrams a day. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, how are you functioning? Which I assume it's just a matter of getting, you build up a certain tolerance to it, I guess. But I was like, how the fuck do you eat?
At the ready.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Function on that. Yeah, because again, as an addict, you kind of take a perverse pride in being able to handle shit.
Yeah.
So like, it kind of bothered me that I couldn't fucking.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Gotta be careful. Oh shit! It is about 5:15 though, so it's probably about time to call it.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Before we get too into the weeds.
Indeed. Unless you want to bring something else up that you can Samaj can argue about for 20.
No. I don't want to talk about that. Nor am I going to say anything like horrifying with robots or something. That the shit about the robots is nightmare fuel. I tell you what.